I don't know. Maybe I'm just trying to get the energy up. Yeah. I'm just trying to. You
guys are kind of pumped. Let's get pumped.
You guys are kind of fucking lacking.
I'm up.
Smack me. Slap me in the face.
Well, that gets banned.
Right here.
Wait. Let me. Oh yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the COFFEEBREATH Show. Another week, another accursed night to be alive here at Bar Coffeebreath.
That's for sure.
I'm your host, as always, Daniel J. Joined by the accursed ones. Mm-hmm. We've got Morgan, Myles, and Liz, and producer Rebecca on the ones and twos.
Various gremlins and goblins and creatures.
Goblins. How are all of my gobbos tonight? Let's get a gobbo check. How's gobbo Liz? How are you tonight?
I'm feeling gremlin-like.
Nice, a little gremlin-y. Yeah. Okay, cool, very cool. Myles, what gobbo check on you real quick?
Boglin-like.
Oh, very cool.
I think I'm more bridge troll tonight.
For me, I'm definitely feeling a Fraggle Rock kind of mood.
That's a good one.
Henson monster.
Yeah. Wait, were the Fraggle Rock guys called Fraggle Rocks, or am I
think they were called Fraggles.
That makes sense.
Right.
That makes sense.
Because Fraggle Rock was a location.
Right. It took place in Fraggle Rock. I know that for sure, but I couldn't remember if the Fraggle Rocks lived in Fraggle Rock. Now that I'm saying that out loud, that really just sounds fucking stupid. So that couldn't have been it. Rebecca, quick gobbo check from you over there. How are you feeling on a scale? Oh, she's got a little gremlin energy in her tonight.
This is the gremlin side of the room.
Shout outs to everyone in the chat who's joining us. I do see the homie Sharpie in the chat. I don't know if she's trying to come in.
In the waiting room.
Already in the waiting room?
She's
Alright,
shit.
Well,
do you want to explain the episode?
Yeah, before I bring her in, let me just introduce what we're up to tonight. So, if this is your first time joining us, the COFFEEBREATH Show is a show where we just do some stupid shit every Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific, live here from Bar Coffeebreath. Every episode we like to do some kind of different theme, and tonight we're opening up the phone lines. We've got them wide open, gaping and ready for you to jump inside.
Please call in so Dan stops talking. Please.
You're all a favor, call in. Stop.
So the theme for the night is bad hot takes. I want to hear the absolute dumbest, shittiest opinion that you have. I see Godzilla in the chat asking me what I mean by a hot take. A hot take is any just like maybe controversial or disagreeable opinion that you might have. It doesn't even have to be that disagreeable, but just an opinion that other people,
might consider contestable.
That are like contestable.
You hold with conviction, but maybe isn't about a certain race or sexuality.
Yeah, let's be clear.
Minority in general, any sort of,
let's just keep that away.
Yeah, let's
vulnerable
preface
population, historically oppressed population, maybe.
Yes, historically tragic events. I don't want to hear about those either. Let's just go ahead and establish right off the bat. You will see there's a command ! Call in the chat if you want instructions on how to get in. It's just you come in our Discord and then there's a waiting room voice channel. You just hop in there and then we'll drag you in when we're ready for you. Only rule here is don't be fucking racist. Don't do anything that Morgan just said. Don't do don't do that.
Don't do the dumb shit.
We'll just instant ban you if you do that. So don't even bother. But yeah, other than that, nothing really off the table for the most part. We're open to discussing pretty much anything. Kind of open forum. Thought you meant dumb shit that happened in our life. No, more like an opinion that you have. Just an opinion.
Like Morgan's hot take that Raising Cane's isn't good.
Yeah, that's a hot take because that's a bad opinion.
It's incorrect.
Yeah, it's a bad opinion. So I want to hear stuff like that. It doesn't have to be food related.
It's a great hot take because
Morgan,
you don't
get to defend it right now.
People, okay?
No, but she's right. It is a great hot take for that reason, and it's a great demonstration of how angry we get over the Raising Cane's opinion is a great metric for if you've ever said something at a dinner, right? Let's not say Thanksgiving, because if everyone disagrees with you at a Thanksgiving dinner, it's probably because you said something really stupid. But let's say you're out with some friends, right? And you throw out an opinion about, I don't know, the movie Titanic is not good, and everyone was like, what's the fucking problem with you?
Oh, Dan's standing.
Fucking say those words.
It's like if you throw that out there, and it's an objectively, everyone at the table is angry that you said that. That is a good hot take for the show.
Yeah. Hot takes don't have to be correct, but they do have to elicit a response. That's a good hot take. And as always, when we do our hot takes on the show, whoever has, we'll figure out. We like to kind of figure it out as we go in terms of ranking system. But whoever does have the worst hot take of the night will win some kind of prize. It's the COFFEEBREATH Show, so we didn't prepare. We don't have a prize ready, so we're gonna figure.
There's a melon somewhere in my home.
Yeah, maybe we'll mail you a melon. Maybe we'll just gift you a sub. I don't know. Haven't decided yet, but somehow we'll figure it out.
A night of pleasure with Myles.
Oh, that is the last thing I want to win.
That's the last place prize.
I don't know.
And that's the punishment.
That's the punishment prize.
For the worst hot take, you get Myles
for the least hot.
You get Myles simping you.
Yeah, if your take is too lukewarm,
no one
Myles
wants
will
that.
simp.
Yeah, if your Luke tape is warm, I will. If your take is lukewarm, I will simp you the entire month.
That's a hell of a prize.
That's a no. Maybe I shouldn't be making these threats.
I think I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Are we using the boneless scale?
I am open to using that scale. I'm also open to coming up with a new scale live on the spot.
Yeah, let's do a new one because that's always spicy.
Okay. We'll kind of figure it out as we go. That's how I like to do things on the Coffee Breath Show. We do have...
We plan about 10 minutes in advance here.
Oh, yeah. We usually plan these, just barely in time for the show.
Yeah. While eating dinner.
So we do have the homie Sharpie in the waiting room. I think we're ready to bring her in. This is going to be a test to see if our audio equipment works properly.
Oh, yeah. Is this going to work?
Yeah, get ready for 20 minutes of troubleshooting after this.
Can you hear us, Sharpie? I can't hear her. She's talking. Oh,
hi.
Wait. Yes?
Wait, no, I'm on stream? Oh
yes.
my God. Okay, I'm so incredibly sorry. Literally right before you pulled me on, a spider literally descended from my ceiling. Like it was grappling in slow motion and I still don't know where it went. Like this is not a bit, this is not a meme, this is not like a stage production or anything like that.
Sharpie, are you okay? Do you need us to call someone?
Do we need
What
to...
type of spider it was?
Do you need me to send my cat over there? Would that help?
The cat's in Arizona, Daniel. We can't do anything.
We have 2 extra cats downstairs.
Okay. Hi everybody. What's up?
Take your time if you need it. I don't want to rush your spider
ask
problem.
the spider for its hot take.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Oh man. Like this spider just it felt like the energy behind my take and was like, this is too bad. Like I have to stop her.
Okay. You gotta shut down.
The world simply wasn't ready for Sharpie's take. It's the universe coming in to cause a fight.
Super excited. Thank you so much for first of all taking my call, and I just want to say hi to everybody on stream. Just a little bit about me. I run events. I do a lot of fighting game community stuff, and I specifically know Daniel because originally there was a piece that was very possibly going to happen when Skullworlds was at Evo. It didn't end up happening, but it's still cool. And this is the very first time coming to stream. Absolutely love this concept and the format of it. Just want to start off by saying that. And now I'm going to say something to make everybody hate me. Before I do, I'd like to read the room. How many people here are comfortable and do indulge in playing video games more than I would consider an average amount? Can I just see a show of hands? Just so
everyone
I know
in the room has to put their hand up. If you are in this room right now and you don't put your hand up, you're a fucking liar. Morgan, don't
more
lie.
gamers.
Morgan, don't lie.
That's my hot take. That's my hot take. Okay,
Fine,
Okay,
fine.
no, that's fair. So my take is actually that gaming should never have been popularized, and that gaming should have remained a super niche thing that only a few people should have enjoyed.
This is where I'm going to lower my seat because I actually kind of agree with that.
Yeah, no, I'm in on this.
I genuinely agree with that, and that makes me an asshole. I'm aware.
So I'm going to go ahead and explain my point.
What's your perspective? What's your
I
perspective?
want to also share even more about me. I've recently come out publicly as bisexual. I am an African American woman. So that's just a little bit more. I'm not what people consider like the standard typical gamer. And the reason why I'm sharing this hot take is not necessarily because I 100% agree with it, but I understand the merit that it comes from, which is the idea that by making gaming accessible, there are certain people that they tend to cater to that do not have necessarily the best interest of gaming at heart. I come from the fighting game community, and esports is a really big part of that. There are a lot of companies that put money into gaming professionally and everything like that, and I've noticed that they don't always typically have the best mind and heart, the best thoughts in mind when they typically put all of this money into games. It usually goes into things that are very visible, but it usually also focuses on the wrong aspect of visibility, which is to say, like, whenever they speak about women, they're talking about how terrible it is for women. They're not talking about women that are, doing amazing things inside of gaming, because that doesn't get clicks. That's not what people want to see. So they don't focus on that. When there are publishers that come out with secondary games, like AAA games, they're reaching for the lowest common denominator. There's no creativity inside of games anymore. anymore. Money is been pushed so heavily into games that it's not even that accessible to lower income families, that it should admittedly be most trying to entertain and educate. I just feel like because of the general consumerism inside of gaming right now, we've kind of lost touch with what gaming really used to be, which was just an escape for people that didn't have one before, you know? And that's my hot take.
First of all, Sharpie, thank you so much for calling in. I love you. You're the best. Really happy to have you on the show. Also, I hope the spider is resolved. I hope that's okay.
I can't see it anymore, so I'm just assuming that it's decided I'm not a threat and is now going for my roommate.
I think
I'm actually still very scared
with it at this point.
Yes, you have a new roommate now.
Yeah.
Well, I think it actually recognized that you're too much of a threat and it ran away. That's
like that.
That's what I would put
Game
forward.
recognized game out of that spider.
So just to clarify and make sure I'm understanding, so you're kind of saying that like the I guess mass mediaification of video games has taken away its authenticity. Is that sort of
That's correct. And I know there are a lot of similar takes to mine that admittedly branch from more of a sexist and racist branch, and I'm not even arguing that point, because I think that in and of itself that argument is honestly just detrimental in general. But my view mostly comes from the fact that video games originally came from the idea of wanting to express yourself inside of a medium that many people enjoyed and had fun with, and I no longer feel like it's able to express itself in that medium ad nauseum because of how much money is inside of it from a consumer standpoint.
Can I comment on this?
Yeah, go ahead, Myles. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say, first of all, I agree. And it's interesting because I feel like there is this weird, because you brought up how there's not this visibility of like women in games who have done things. They don't push that. When Sierra, the founder of Sierra, creator of King's Quest, is a woman, and obviously Amy Hennig, one of the premier explorers of storytelling in games, also a woman, and she quit the games industry recently because of drama at Naughty Dog. And I'm not going to say anything on stream because I don't know what actually happened there, but those were both very highly respected people who had their voices essentially taken away, for this kind of for what you pointed out, for this narrative that people have pushed, that you highlighted already. Even though that there are lots of things that people could do to boost the visibility of existing working women in games, and especially very storied and very accomplished ones. And then another thing as well is that I think video games started to be played and made by people who were really saddened that they weren't recognized as an art form already. And so to do that, we started homogenizing to make games similar to existing quote-unquote high art like films. Whereas a lot of people would argue that mechanics are what make games artistic. And you have a lot of games that were already just gorgeous from a gameplay and mechanics standpoint, but people didn't recognize that there was artistry in the ability to make a computer system do these amazing things.
Oh, no, I completely agree. Banjo-Kazooie racing, stories on the PlayStation 3 really spoke to me as a video game medium, and I still think that's one of the best video games to date, albeit one of the absolute worst Banjo-Kazooie games out there. And I'm being
but it's a testament to your own creativity. You get to snap, that's the thing, because if you play the game at the most boring, bland way possible, you're not going to do well at any of the challenges. And I do think that Nuts and Bolts is an interesting game. Because it's like, you're not going to do that well if you just play it at the most basic, uncreative level. And it's sort of a game about kind of unlocking your own creativity and
Thank you! Oh my god! Do you know I had this conversation with my roommates in college, and we actually got into a fist fight over it because they thought I was trolling. I just add the sarcasm at the end because I'm I know it's going to be ignored, but I'm deadly serious in the sense that
I think people misread that game, and I think they didn't realize that it was about building your own machines.
This is the most positive feedback I have ever heard about that game in my life. It is famously hated. I don't disagree. I don't really have strong feelings on the game. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. But I just wanted to acknowledge the fact that this is the most love that Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts has ever received on the internet.
Well, in the same breath, I really hate Dark Souls because I feel like all they did was just create a game to try to make it as hard as possible. That's literally what they did. Was they were like, let's go ahead and just make a game like we would have in the 80s with today's state of the art graphics, and people loved it because they were like, it's hard again, this is so great. And
well, actually, I am going to argue though, because there is another argument that I've heard about Dark Souls, which I really like. And it's similar to the game. Did you ever play Celeste? Another game that does something very similar.
I unfortunately did not. I apologize.
No, it's okay. But both of those games kind of have a very similar thing. A lot of people read Dark Souls as a metaphor for overcoming depression and overcoming the idea of being hollow. The idea of going hollow is when you give up on your purpose in life, and that can be, of course, be read as as giving up on life itself. Going hollow is to lose your luster and lose your ability to fight back and to get up in the morning, essentially. And so people argued that by the game being hard, it emulates the struggle of beating depression. That it is a very difficult thing to do, but you get better at it every day, and eventually it becomes... Dark Souls is a game that gets easier the more and more you play it. So I would argue, like, in a game like that, there is also... And it goes back to your idea of, like, art forms. There is this idea of, like, when you make a game that specific and make a game that's hard, that has something to say, it's not for the average consumer. It's and it still goes back to your point that game wasn't expected to sell well. It was made kind of cheap. It didn't have amazing ads or anything, especially Demon's Souls, which Sony considered a failure before it even launched. But like, that's a game that also has something to say, and says it in a way that the mainstream might not be able to hear, because it's not the most like lowest common denominator way of expressing that story. Celeste is probably a little bit more of an accessible example of that game. It's more upfront about that depression metaphor.
It really is just on the surface.
It's on depression. It is on the nose, but the fact that the gameplay is hard and challenging you to overcome it speaks to the same thing that a lot of people who read Dark Souls in this positive way do. And again, some people just read it as a very, very hard game. I think that's also a very fair, perspective to have, because it is obscenely hard. And as the franchise went on, it was clear that they wanted to make this just game that was punishing and just not, in my opinion, fun. I think Dark Souls 2 and 3 kind of friggin' suck because of that, but I agree.
But
yeah.
It once again goes back to just because they're trying to make a profit off of it, like when you try
Dark
to
Souls,
get returns.
2 and 3 are at, like, I would make an argument that Dark Souls maybe doesn't fit like this take, but Dark Souls 2 and 3 are total cash grabs and totally just cashing in on the Dark Souls zeitgeist. And you have all these games that are doing what Dark Souls did mechanically without saying anything or without being as like weird and creative and experiential as that game is. So I still think Dark Souls is a perfect example of like games are becoming like super, for the consumer as opposed to for the developer and for people interested in playing.
Sharpie, going back to your original point, just because I'm kind of curious. I'm with you on the idea of like games becoming a mainstream medium. I think that everything gets there eventually. I think you could have said the same thing about film when it was first started as well. But I'm curious, do you feel that if games never became a popular medium that it would have been more inclusive? Because I feel like every time I hear
100% I do not. I feel like it was a niche game medium in general for a very specific tailored crowd. And while I was able to identify with that group, I don't feel like I was able to freely be myself. So I'm a big fan of the inclusion and the mainstream ability that games have now, and I'm very thankful to be inside of gaming and be one of those visible women, especially inside of the competitive scene. But I completely understand like where the idea of that take comes from. In that vein, I did have one other take that I just wanted to bring up, and I felt like this one would be a little bit more inclusive so that everyone would be able to speak on it. I feel kind of bad only having specifically the visible males be able to speak knowledge regarding it.
Hey, Liz is a hardcore gamer.
I believe it. I feel bad leaving people out and like
That's
being like,
fair.
I don't know how I feel speaking on this intelligently. So the other one I wanted to discuss is, I know election season's coming up, and I'm not going to bring politics into this, but I am going to say that obviously I don't actually believe that education is the answer to the problems that systemically exist in terms of creating an educated citizen or voter, and that is my hot take.
Wait, sorry, can you repeat that one more time? So you're saying
a lot of people tend to group voters in terms of like, whether or not they went to college, how much money they make, where they live, and everything like that. I have always believed that the idea that someone who is college educated versus someone who is not, I don't believe that that factors at all into how someone exists inside of their life. And I don't believe that that's a metric that contributes in any way, shape, or form towards voting. And that's my real, general, very serious worst hot take I've ever had in my life.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree with you. We'll let Morgan take this.
No, you're referring to like formal academia versus like, I don't know. I feel like education is inherently, or calling classifying education in just academia is inherently classist.
Because there's trade schools and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And like, fuck the ivory tower. I say every time I'm like, I should apply to grad school. Every time I have an existential crisis. But no, I agree with you. I mean, so many people that we graduated with voted terribly. I'm not going to say for who, but voted terribly. So I don't think formal education factors into intelligence at all.
I do have an interesting thing though, because I actually know why people say this, and I still think it's wrong. But it's because academia is unfortunately one of the places in which alternative, like non-free market based economic theologies are taught. The same with moral philosophy, which has made those really like inaccessible.
Wait, it's quick spider check. Did it resurface?
Are you okay? Do you need to borrow a cat?
Sharby, I'm gonna mail you some Raid or something.
Yeah. We're gonna get you a bug bomb.
Yeah, on God, we're gonna get you a bug bomb.
Traps.
I am so generally incredibly sorry about.
No, it's okay.
Listen, this is the least professional show on the internet.
Yeah, no, this is what we want, frankly.
Yeah, we live for chaos.
Crawled up my desk and like I literally felt something on my wrist and it was the freaking.
Oh no! Oh shit!
Oh, it was the worst. I killed it. Though.
You gotta establish your dominance back.
It
was encroaching on your territory.
I am the greater life. It's just okay. I'm so sorry about that. You were stating that there were studies done specifically regarding the class
systems. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I did. It's dead.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Humanity wins again, baby.
Humanity restored.
Dominant species. Myles, what were you saying?
Oh no, I was just saying that this is a very antiquated idea that people who could learn about socialism or people who could learn about because in the 80s these ideas were only kind of like accessible to academia, and now with the explosion of the internet that's just not the case anymore. Anyone can learn about these things, there are entire Reddits that just are nothing but like various economic theologies, right wing and left wing. You don't have to go to school to learn those things in more detail. So I think that this idea that education and they're like, oh, people who are educated will vote a certain way because they will have access to curriculums about this, and this. And of course, academia, there is a lot of very left-wing teaching in academia, but that's now all very accessible online. And so like the idea of grouping people by education was sort of more or less about grouping the ideas that were quote unquote accessible to them and the ways in which they might think. That's just not true anymore. There are so many ways outside of school that you could learn all the things that are necessary to vote and to be an informed voter.
Yeah, and that concept also came about when higher education was more accessible. Now everyone's kind of realizing that college is a scam and it's all a power play and like a money play.
Yeah.
And also it's proof that you don't need to be smart to get into college.
No,
you just need money and you need clout.
Yeah. I mean, you need money and you need extracurriculars.
For those who don't know, all 5 of us went to school together, college together. That's how we met, and we can all confirm.
None of us are very.
You didn't have to be smart to get in.
No.
You didn't have to be smart to
all
graduate
school did was bring me a bunch of debt, and I didn't even get like a cool bumper sticker or anything. It was the worst.
Yeah.
We got 1 champagne flute each, so I count that as a dub.
They also gave us phone wallets.
That's because you never went to pick it up. That's your fault.
I didn't get a champagne flute either.
They denied me one, but we also all got phone wallets.
I didn't get a phone
wallet. Oh yeah, we got those things you stick to your phone. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I didn't get a phone wallet either.
I derailed that super fast.
My
they handed me my diploma.
Those were my two hot takes. I considered getting even more political, but I wanted to be respectful to anything that you guys may feel, and I feel like you guys are really close friends, so I didn't want to get that serious on the first call because I don't know any of you, and I didn't want you guys to be like hate me if we got into a political discourse or something.
No,
like that.
Come in blazing.
Yeah, Sharpie,
Yeah.
you have my full permission to just hop in anytime we're live. Just hop in the stream and say the wildest shit you have on your mind.
Oh, okay. Them Fighting Herds is a fantastic game. Indie developers deserve a lot more money, and Velvet doesn't need buffs, but Valorant shouldn't be a playable game. Thank you so much for having me.
She comes in with
Sharpie, you're the best. Let's stream some Fighting Herds together sometime. You need to teach me a little bit.
Ben in the waiting room.
Oh boy.
Bring him in.
Are
we ready for
let's bring Ben
idiocy?
in if he's in the
let's bring Ben
in the waiting room.
Hey Ben, you hear us?
Hello.
Hi, Ben.
Hello.
Hey, Ben.
We're ready for your absolute worst take.
Hit us.
Ben, wait, but I just want you to know that whatever you
Okay, so I
say
can't hear
next
you.
is that you're following up. Wait,
Ben?
can you hear me? There might be a delay.
Oh, okay, got it. Bam.
Wait, what? Wait.
We're talking across the globe here.
Yeah, we're talking. Ben's in Australia right now.
Ben's upside down currently.
I
He's
just
in the
want to.
daytime.
I just want to let you know before you hop in there with whatever you're about to say, Ben. Nothing you could bring to the table, whatever compared to the content that Sharpie gave us.
That's
Anyway,
true.
It's
go
true.
ahead.
No,
I mean, there are bigger
that's
spiders
okay.
there.
I'm
That's
actually,
true.
I couldn't think of a hot take, so I've recycling an old one, and I think everyone's probably heard it about 5 times except for Myles. So Myles, I'm talking to you directly now.
Okay. He's getting a bit of an accent down there.
He's always had a bit of an accent.
No, it's Miles is right. It's developing.
Yeah, the Australian is coming in.
It's not Australian. It's just a general Anglopheric. Anyways, that was my hot take. What my accent is. Anyways, so Myles.
Yes.
The opposite of hot is
Cold or no? This is a hot
sure.
take, so it's gonna be a weird thing.
It's cold. It's cold. Okay.
Okay.
The opposite of up is
Down.
okay. The opposite of cat is
Dog or mouse.
yeah. So like those are different, right? You've got
Yes.
like what I call intrinsic opposites, like hot and cold, and what I call aesthetic opposites, like cat and dog.
I have this memorized.
Okay, so this isn't my hot take. This is just establishing terminology. Now, my hot
Right.
take is the opposite of hot dog is rat bag.
Okay.
Can somebody just
The opposite
fucking
of-
kill me right now?
The
please?
opposite of a hot dog is rat bag.
Not a hot dog. The concept of hot dog.
Yeah, no, I actually think I actually get this. I think I get
Sharpie, I
this.
agree.
Because
Sharpie, no idea.
Sharpie,
no
we're all with
idea.
you.
no, guys, I understand this. I think I can make sense of this.
No,
Okay?
Miles, you're the only one who would
I
think that
lived
can make
with
sense of
them
this.
for like 4 years, and he's explained this to me like 18 times, and I've never understood it.
I'm
No, but
married
it-
to Ben, and I don't understand
It
what
makes-
the fuck he's talking
It
about.
makes sense because what he's talking about is what he said called an aesthetic opposite,
Yeah.
right? So the idea, first of all, Miles of the Y, never forget it. Second of all, the idea that he's talking about hot dog and rat bag, right? Those things are aesthetic opposites because phonetically and in terms of the images that they conjure up, the dog is at the end versus the rat, the animal, is at the start. Bag and hot. The hot and bag don't necessarily work, but it's the idea that rat and dog are on opposite ends of this same word, right? And then phonetically it's an A and an O, which are the opposite ends of the spectrum of sound.
Dude, what the fuck are you saying?
A and
what
O.
the fuck are you saying?
A and O. Ah and oo, right? Phonetically speaking, ah is the opposite
You're just
of oo.
making fucking sounds.
making mouth
You're just
sounds.
making
You're not
sounds.
even-
I don't know what this is anymore.
Well, it's true.
What?
We had a linguistics person come into us and explain the origin of language, and he said that the two beginning origins of language are ah and oo, with sometimes being debated because is the sound that we make during lovemaking or when something is delicious.
I guess my next question is any ummers in the chat?
Any ummers in chat?
Any ummers out there?
Not in core.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
Wait, so, I don't know. This is maybe, I don't really even want to entertain this because, I don't
Because Ben is dumb.
even on this stream we've had this conversation before, but something that I still don't understand, and I don't think I ever fucking will, but just for the sake of the argument, I'll ask. Where does the bag come in?
That's a good question.
What does bag have to do with anything?
Hot dog, rat, bag.
What?
Bag is not the opposite of dog.
No, but it's an aesthetic opposite.
Ben, are you still on?
Oh no, he's hung up. Why did he leave? He probably just disconnected with his fucking Australian
internet.
Upside down.
He has been talking at us in the chat.
Been sending us messages.
Spyrim, I made a mistake. All right, I made a mistake. It is. We can do it. Humans are imperfect, and I can say words wrong sometimes.
All the time.
I didn't ask you to comment.
Yeah, you did.
I agree with Sharpie. Thank God Ben's gone.
Yeah, thank God Ben's
whether or
gone.
not that take is hot. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't think it's a hot take. I just think it's weird.
It doesn't make.
I don't get that the bag thing doesn't make sense.
Maybe.
Wait, but there might be an even better.
But arguably, wouldn't this be a good hot take because we're so confused that we're angry?
No, because I don't think it's an opinion.
Visibly upset.
I don't think it's an opinion. Is the thing.
Miles' gray matter is so powerful and
Miles just got Play-Doh up in
expansive.
there.
Yeah, no, I'm like Sheen from Jimmy Neutron when his brain grows.
We got fucking Megamind over here doing the advanced mental gymnastics.
I'm
Miles
so
got glass.
confused. I don't.
So the
So
way
here's
it's
the
been
thing.
explained to me for 5 years
Okay.
is like, if you think about the exclamation "hot dog," the opposite to that emotion is rat bag.
No, but I don't think that quite works because emotionally, it's not the same thing. And I think the problem is that the bag is not the opposite of hot dog. The bag...
I think the bag is irrelevant.
You know,
no, wait, hold on. I just realized something because a hot dog has a bun.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? I would like to put it out there that whether or not this is a hot take is another discussion, but
It's not.
I think it's a good hot take because we're all upset. And
I think it's a bad hot take because it's not a take.
Confused
Yeah.
and upset.
I think the only thing that I've come to a conclusion here is that Ben won because we've been talking about this for like 10 minutes now. So he won.
At this point, it's not even. Is it a good hot take?
I don't think it's a take. We're asking if it is even a take.
Yes, but we're all upset. So
I'm not upset. I'm upset that you guys don't get it.
What does the chat think? Is that a
Is that a
take?
take?
Yeah, we'll weigh in.
Can we quantify that as a take?
Or is the big brain galaxy brain move being like it is a take? That's a hot take. Is that the shitty take is a take?
I think
don't
it
even
upset me
know.
enough that I've started looking up linguistic information on the web. It means that it's a hot take.
So to prepare a rat bag, would it be served cold or hot? I guess it would have to be cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A sandwich.
That's a good point.
It just requires some preliminary information, but that's not information. That's just word. You're just saying words and sounds. Like that's I don't call that information.
I don't know if I would call it information. I would call it like an argument.
So here's my question.
The concept of intrinsic and aesthetic opposites, Ben, is not information. It's just another take. It's just more opinions that you have that are wrong.
So here's my question. Is it only a hot take if it has a strong emotional response?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I don't think so.
That's what I'm asking. I don't think so.
Because here's the thing. Your take, if you said that take to someone who, let's say, thinks The Last of Us 2 is a good video game, they would get very mad at you.
Miles getting in hot now.
Oh no. He's going down the rabbit hole.
Coming in hot.
It does not fit into what we define at the start of the show as a take.
Yeah, it's not a controversial opinion. That's a thing.
Yeah.
Miles is really frustrating.
Welcome to my
Welcome
fucking
to
life.
hell.
I'm
Sharpie,
tilted.
I have known this dude for like 7 years.
Roughly,
now.
yeah. 6 to 7, yeah.
It's unending.
Welcome to every day of my life. I think we need to stop talking. I think I'm gonna make
ban Ben.
We have a new caller.
We do have a caller. I think that person is Godzilla. They have a different name on Discord, but I think that's Godzilla in the chat. We can go ahead and
we need to ban Ben from the Discord.
Hello, can you hear us? Are we live on the internet?
Yes, you are.
What up? Thank you for joining us. How's it going?
Good.
How's your night going? Give me a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being the worst, 1 being the best, just to mix it up.
6-ish. I don't know. We just moved.
Okay, so more worse than bad.
How would you describe your
No,
night?
6 is good.
How would you describe your night on a scale of mild to the worst Buffalo Wild Wing flavor?
The scale from
Caribbean jerk.
hot dog.
Yeah, Caribbean jerk. Not hottest to not
but worst.
least hot
Caribbean
to worst,
jerk is the
but
worst.
best to worst Buffalo Wild Wing flavors.
Other than the fact that my prize might be having a night with Miles, pretty good.
Real quick before we get to your hot take, what's your favorite Buffalo Wild Wings sauce?
I haven't been there in 6 years, so I don't know.
Good call.
Yeah, you must be pretty healthy then.
That's 6 years.
I wish I could say I haven't been to Buffalo Wild Wings in 6 years.
Honestly, that's 6 years too few.
6 months since we've been to B-dubs.
Thank God.
That's true.
Yeah, my digestion's never been better.
It's been 6 months since anyone been anywhere since quarantine.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Unless you got DoorDash.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Buffalo Wild Wings #1 biggest fan. So
I'm biggest shill. You mean?
I like to order in sometimes.
It's 2 blocks away.
You don't order in.
Well, it's a
I know you.
It's a cesspool. I'm not gonna go to it.
We only went there.
Cesspool. No, I mean right now.
Oh,
I'm saying in the present day. Like we went there in person all the time.
I mean, they have outdoor dining now. We could risk it all.
Daniel is a B-dub's shill. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. He does not like the food.
No, I love the aesthetic of Buffalo Wild Wings.
No,
Oh, you like mariachi music?
I love
the only time I've ever seen Dan weep.
I was at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Hey Dan, tell him about the time that you used the urinal at the Buffalo Wild Wings.
That's a different story, and I'm not going to talk about it right now live on the stream. Just know that Buffalo Wild Wings is the heart and soul of American culture. Anyway, we've got a caller, and he has a take for us. Please, let's
give
get
us your take.
Mine is a general life, the way people think, the way society thinks.
Okay.
Also, just in case, if I disconnect, I'm in a really bad service spot since we moved houses. I mean, there's like a bunch of trees, so if I disconnect, might be trying to reconnect back, but I don't know. It's a
okay. I'm sorry to hear about the trees. I hope everything's okay.
Although the place is nice though, quiet too. After 8 months.
Sorry to hear about nature.
Yeah.
We should really just burn those trees down.
Yeah.
No.
Try burning them down. You'll get a better signal. Anyway, sorry. Your take, please.
Topical.
Relative of mine actually had people try to go in their. They have like a 7-acre land. Someone tried to go and start a fire there. Luckily, the neighbor came out and started shooting guns at them. And
that sounds like a shit show.
If you don't mind sharing, what part of the world do you live in?
I live in Oregon. I'm
okay, that checks out.
I'm like.
I get this point. That's kind of a fair response.
Anyway, let's get the take. Okay, I'm sorry to derail it.
Yeah, this is part of it actually. So general life. So like a couple months ago, Floyd died, being shot by a cop. Yeah. Then the people the cop.
Tread carefully, my friend.
Oh wait, I think we lost him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe for the best. Yeah, I'm wondering where that was gonna go. Dan, maybe.
Wait, hold on. I think I hear. You there?
Yeah, I'm still here. But
okay. We lost you for a second.
Then they want the entire police force gone.
We're not doing this. We're not talking about this one.
Too spicy.
I'm gonna give you 6 more seconds to clarify where you're taking this one, and if it goes in a direction that we don't want to go down, I'm gonna stop you.
I'm not going political. I'm just saying, what do people think that causes them want to what do we have that we go outside and we know no one's gonna shoot us, no one's gonna rob us or rape us or whatever? What do we have?
Wait,
No, I think it's the general fear of I don't want to discuss this one, I'll be honest with you.
I don't think we're gonna get into this one, but I will just say the cops were the ones shooting. So
if it makes it feel better,
I feel like you walk around, you're worried that the cops will shoot you or stab you or rape you. Or
everyone has a very different experience with the police based on race and class, and that's literally all we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
agreed. Okay, if it makes it feel better, I have a backup hot take.
Sure, we'll take your backup one. What is it?
Yeah, what's your backup?
It's a monopoly, monopoly that companies have. Okay. So as you know, a couple weeks ago, Epic. Apple and Google removed Fortnite from their iOS store and Google Play Store because Epic introduced a way to you can buy stuff not using the Apple Pay stuff and using Epic's Pay stuff. I adore that idea. I don't like Fortnite, but I adore the idea of using the company's way. If you have money in there, I have money in Microsoft, but I can't use it in shit like Steam. Why? I have no idea. Someone told me some guy quit from Microsoft and made Steam. I don't know. The point is that you got money somewhere, but you can't put it there where you need it the most. It's just sitting there doing nothing. Be honest, what can you buy on Microsoft Store except Xbox games?
Yes, that's true.
What? Sorry, what? is the take?
I think the take. Well, actually,
the take is
clarify.
Like, companies hate each other. They see each other as rivals. Why can't they work together to make the world a better place, to make the customer satisfaction better? They can just profit out of that.
Unfortunately, we live in a
capitalist
society. Unfortunately,
I can answer why this is actually a good thing too. Because monopolies don't create challenge, which means that if a company wants to start exploiting you, they can more and more. So ultimately, having multiple companies actually does a good job of making sure that companies are also trying to think about us, because if they did some head-ass shit that we don't like, you can try to go to a different company. When there is a monopoly, monopolies are the start of mass exploitation of both consumers and workers in a way that even now could only get worse.
I'm gonna blame that on the government for that one.
Okay.
Since it's their job to like keep us safe, or I don't know, supposed to be.
I mean,
there's a lot of different ways you could blame that. I think the government is part of it.
The government is
better about regulations.
Yeah.
Structural.
I think. Well, it's interesting because the ruling with the Fortnite versus the ruling with Epic versus Microsoft or versus Apple was that they both basically told them to stop being bitches about it. Like they basically didn't give either of them anything after that ruling.
Yeah. I never did find out. Did the Epic Games win the ruling, or did they lose it? I never did.
I think no one won that fucking ruling. I'll be honest.
It's still very much in the trenches.
Oh, it's still going.
Yeah. They're going back and forth. Like, it's not a decided thing yet. Ultimately, I think based on I've been following this story because it's relevant to my work. So
yeah, I think an esports reporter.
Based on what I know about the court case and the laws around it, Apple will win because there's legally nothing they're doing wrong by charging 30% of taking a 30% cut of all of the money that comes through their store. Is that bullshit?
Apple has to
yes,
somehow,
I think it's bullshit, and I don't think that that should be allowed. But right now, there's no laws that are stopping it, and so I think what Epic's trying to do is trying to create a law to stop it.
Yeah.
And I do think they have the influence and power to maybe make something like that happen, but I don't know if it is going to happen over this one thing.
Well, let me tell you, 6 million phones with the Fortnite does sound pretty scary. There was a Samsung phone that was sold for $20,000 with Fortnite downloaded on it, working and everything.
Yeah, I mean that'll die down. Eventually they'll break. Apple probably wins and Fortnite probably comes back on the store and Epic
with their conditions, but yeah, I know. But my point is, I know if they were to get into spying on us and see what we like. I mean, if Amazon sends you a present one day and you never told anyone what you want for a present, that'll be freaky right there. But it's just stupid that they can't at least work a little bit together. I mean, I'm gonna bring you Steam and Origin here, for example. So, I want to bring Epic Games, but I want to make it easier for me. So, EA's got a lot of games. You got Battlefront, you got FIFA, you got Apex, you got Titanfall, which they started finally moving. They started finally listening to what people want and started moving them to Steam games. In the past, they didn't.
Right.
Which is,
and here's why that actually is. Here's why that worked, though, is because ultimately Origin was a big failure. They tried to keep people up on Origin, and no one wanted it, because Origin was literally trying to hold the games of EA hostage, and people just were like, EA's not valuable enough to pay for this one platform. And so eventually they basically had to relent. And that's why sometimes this actually is a huge benefit.
I think there's actually two conversations here. One is about platform exclusivity and the restriction of content based on platform, and the other conversation is about the owners of those platforms taking too much money from the people who are creating content on those platforms.
To be honest, I'm starting to,
which is something that's universal because on every single online storefront, including Steam, Origin, anything that sells any kind of application to you, including the Microsoft Store, they all take pretty much a 30% cut. That's pretty much industry standard.
Yeah,
I know.
And the only reason Apple is coming under the gun is because Fortnite actually fucked with like Google and was working around it anyway because you.
Yeah, I know they tried. I think they did it.
Yeah,
except
currently you don't get Fortnite on the Google Play Android store either because you download it directly from on an Android phone you can install an app outside of the store.
Yes.
And so Epic has been fighting against this 30% cut on all platforms forever. It's just that Apple didn't have a way to actually.
Because everything via Apple has to launch via the App Store.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they're two separate conversations. That was any final points from you on that? Any last thoughts?
My last thoughts?
Yeah.
If they at least tried to listen to a bit of what we want, sure, it will be a better place. But I know it's their company, they choose what they want. But that's my hot take, and I'm pretty lost to where I'm in this hot take too.
Yeah, I don't think it's super hot because I think pretty much everyone would prefer for the power to be in the hands of the consumer.
Yeah. Voting with your wallet is what everyone will say, but sometimes it's not enough, and it would be really nice if it was.
You gonna break my bar, Morgan?
Yeah, you're gonna break the bar, Morgan? You good?
I can't sit normally.
I agree. Fuck corporations.
Space.
Yeah, I agree with that one.
That what?
Sure.
We need to abolish corporations?
Yeah, we should just abolish all corporations.
That's totally anarchy.
That was what we got. That was the conclusion we reached there, right? I feel like we all just got on the same page.
I guess it is.
Tear it all down.
Yeah,
just burn it all down.
Burn it all down, folks.
Fuck it all.
I think we should return to being a hunter-forager society.
Yeah,
I would like to just go back to
barter system only.
We love
abolish the money. Abolish money. We have no faith on the dollar.
Yeah, I agree. Eat the rich. Thank you so much for calling in. And
you okay?
Yeah.
Miles, what the fuck are you doing? What is this bit? Miles, what is this bit?
What
is this bit?
Miles,
why are you doing that?
What? This bit.
Why did you just pour that entire cup of water down your face? Are you fucking good?
Please.
Are you fucking good, bro? What the fuck is this thing? I'm gonna start fucking throwing paper towels at you. Fuck you.
Please actually made it damp.
You're gonna clean that shit later.
Oh yeah, I'll clean it now if you want.
Give me one.
Well, anyway, bye everybody.
There's no rules to clean it, motherfucker. If now when I stand up to try to clean it, I'm gonna jump in a puddle of your fucking mouth water.
I was
the bar.
I was only drinking because I said I said to Dan at the start of this if things get too hot and spicy, no politics. But we went there anyways. And you know what? Now I'm gonna say now we're open. Now we're open.
If we had to go into some boring ass industry news my take is that gamers don't deserve rights. Anyway,
Darby, this is
some boring ass industry
let's
news.
Talk about
Hold
that.
on. If we're gonna get into some boring ass industry news, we're gonna say eat the rich, abolish corporations, ACAB.
Sure.
And capitalism.
It's gonna say
I'll have to have
we're
a
just
word
gonna
real
have to
quick.
say it.
Well, Dan, I say that the cap is off that. So what you want to open the floor to some politics?
Boy.
I am scared of where that's gonna go. Let's have our exit. This is Godzilla, right? Let's say goodbye to Godzilla. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate your call. If there's some space later, feel free to come back in if you have more takes or something.
Rebecca has a good hot take.
It's an honor.
You can just drag him to the there you go. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, if we get into politics, I think I have to bounce to stay employed.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying because we all have to have jobs.
I think I could speak and be okay.
You probably could.
Certain topics I could speak on.
Yeah,
we're all on the same page. I don't think that was a very political conversation though.
No, but I said no politics because that opens the door to maybe something that's fireable. This one not really.
Yeah.
But for example, that first take, almost very fireable.
Oh yeah, no, that was not even that. That was more just man, I have to have these conversations with my conservative ass parents.
That's true.
I don't want to have it with some stranger on the internet. No offense to you, but I'm tired.
Yeah, exhausted.
I can send you some Vox explainers maybe.
They're not gonna read that shit.
My one tweet.
Yeah.
They have there's some website that only gets posted to Facebook that they're reading, and they're gonna send you that back, and it sucks.
Yeah.
Don't argue with boomers, dude. Don't argue with fucking boomers.
Give us your take.
Yeah, I don't think I'm cool with takes that I don't know, border on political. Like I think what Sharpie brought to the table, and I think also Godzilla's second take, those are fine.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna say socio-political is very good.
Yeah, socio-political is fine. It's
social activism.
Yeah, when it comes more into like racial like relations the cop things and stuff, like that's questionable. That's what we can't do.
Yeah,
but we do, Godzilla, appreciate your call. And thank you for the second take as well. Need more rat bag. I would argue we need less rat bag.
No, Sharpie did a good job.
Absolutely 100%.
Did a great job.
Your take was totally fine. Like if we had a problem with it, we would have stopped you. So totally fine. Thank you, and I appreciate you treading lightly as well. You know, we all do have jobs to protect.
I think the only one who's had an offensive take has been Ben so far.
It makes sense.
Okay, it was offensive, but was it a take?
It was not a take. It did make sense though.
So far, we've had a whole lot of not takes here.
Yeah, I think we've had more discussion.
Do we want to get into this? Does the panel want to do any takes?
I think we're ready for the panel to bring in. I think we'll probably. I spoke with some people who may be hopping on later.
Sure.
But for now, there's the one and only Parqueso, Mr. Parks himself.
Why?
Could I get some more
Parks? We do have it. Parks, we do have an opening in the schedule.
Yes, I would like some more paper towels, please.
Myles would like some paper towels.
Oh, sorry, you want some paper towels to clean up your spittle that you spit all over yourself. You fucking cretin.
That was a bad bit.
My other take is that boomers should consistently occupy situations of power because millennials and boomers don't know how to manage anything responsibly. What? Oh, is that a joke? I don't get it.
Millennials and Zoomers, was it supposed
I think
to
it's boomers should constantly occupy situations of power because millennials and probably Zoomers don't know how to I think,
Oh, you know, in response to that, I would argue we should just give all positions of...
It timed it out because she
I have a thing on that I've been meaning to get rid of where if you type too many caps, it's timed her out for 10 minutes. Okay, let me fix it. It's because it's probably because she got timed out twice in a row. I gotta get fucking rid of that.
Anyway, in response to that, I think that we should give all positions of authority to people under 25 only, and once you age out of that, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, we deserve total chaos in this country. Like, I want a 16-year-old president.
Do you remember the episode of Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes.
When Timmy Turner becomes the president?
Yes.
That's a great episode.
Remember Kid Nation?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I love Kid Nation. Bonanza, dude. Shout out to Bonanza. What a great society.
Sharpie, you're saved. You return from hell. From hell. Welcome back.
The White House should be a Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, that's a great take.
Absolutely.
That is an excellent take.
The sticky house.
Who is more powerful than Charles Entertainment Cheese?
Charles Entertainment Cheese. Before we move on to the next take, can we just have a quick conversation? I don't think we've addressed this on stream. My favorite thing to happen in 2020, you may have seen me talk about it on Twitter, is that Charles Entertainment Cheese, Chuck E. Cheese himself, is now a Twitch streamer.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, was after you left Twitter.
So it started off as just twitch.tv/Chuck E. Cheese, and it was just just gameplay with no like camera or narration or audio or anything. His first stream was just an open Animal Crossing island where he was letting viewers in, and they were all like dressed in like Chuck E. Cheese shirts, and they were just playing like on instruments in his house together for like 2 hours. But slowly over time, this is my favorite, my favorite thing to see in 2020 is this kind of growth that we've seen from Chuck E. Cheese as a creator. Is that he's developed his stream to the point now where he has a webcam, and
is he a VTuber? Like the VTuber rig model?
Yeah, he's like it's not it's a real life puppet. It's a puppet.
Wait, is it someone in a suit?
Oh, we just connected.
Oh no! Did the stream go down? Or
just disconnected.
Are we not live? Someone let me know if we're not live.
Charles E. Entertainment. Or
Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Sorry, Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Oh, we're loud. Yeah,
we're live. Okay. Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
High quality.
If you go on my Twitter, when I edit this for YouTube tomorrow, I'll put in a screenshot. But if you go on my Twitter there, I've posted some pictures of it pretty recently. He doesn't talk on the stream, and I think it's because whoever is actually playing the games and operating the stream obviously is not the voice of Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. And
so he only types in the chat, but he's like a puppet on a webcam, and he'll just like react to the gameplay.
So he's not even like a guy in a mascot suit.
No, it's a full on like a hand. It's a hand puppet in front of him.
That's amazing.
Yeah. He went from getting, like, on his first stream, he got, like, 100 views, and, like, I don't even know how I fucking saw it. But I was, like, one of those 100 people, and I tweeted it out, and, people, like, thought it was funny, and I did, too. I was in there for a while. And then I followed him, and I check back in every now and then, and it's been, like, 3 months since he started streaming, and now he's consistently getting, like, 500-600 viewers.
Damn. You know what he needs to do? He needs to get a gamer chair.
That would be really powerful.
Little puppet.
Yeah.
Dan is the 1%.
One of the 100.
I'm Chuck E. Cheese's biggest fan, is what I meant to say.
How does it feel to be in the 1% of Chuck E. Cheese fans?
But yeah, if you're a really big fan of high quality content on Twitch.tv, much like the Coffee Breath Show, I think I should put. Can't you do like recommended channels like somewhere on here?
You can.
Yeah.
I'll just put Chuck E. Cheese as my only one.
Good.
That'll be our only recommended channel on here. When you go, I want to get to a point where when you go on the Twitch homepage and it says like, if you're a fan of Coffee Breath, you might like this, and then it shows the Charles Entertainment Cheese Chuck E. Cheese channel.
I do have to amend that though, Sharpie. It has to be him eating one of his own pizzas.
Yeah, it's got to be
It's got to be a.
I ordered the Pasquale pizza a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's got to be the Pasquale pizza.
Was it good?
He did order Pasquale's.
I did order Pasquale's pizza. For those who don't know, after the pandemic started, and Chuck E. Cheese is about to die already before the pandemic.
Who goes to
yeah,
Chuck E.
because
Cheese?
only stepdads take their kids to Chuck E. Cheese.
Right. They were like, oh, what are we gonna do? No one's ordering our food on Postmates because it's called Chuck E. Cheese. Oh, Jesus Christ. Scraps gifting another 5 subs.
Thank you so much, Scraps.
Chat. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it, Scraps. You're always the best, dude. Good to see you.
Oh, Jake Block is here, and he's being completely silent.
That might not be that he's here currently.
No. That's fair.
Oh, there's the sound. There's the sound. It's playing. Sharpie also gifted 5 tier 1 subs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharpie.
Oh my god, you guys are too nice.
Y'all
You're the
are
best,
popping
Sharpie.
off.
Thank
Won't
you
be
guys.
bested.
Don't compete with Sharpie. She goes crazy. She goes crazy.
She goes hard.
If you ever go in Sharpie's stream and someone raids her, she goes wild. You can't even compete with her energy. Anyway, what was I saying? So no one was ordering from Chuck E. Cheese on Postmates and like all the delivery apps, and so they changed their name to Pasquale's Pizza because Pasquale is one of the Chuck E. Cheese characters. Yeah,
we should order some Pasquale's.
No.
And then people found out because it comes in a Chuck E. Cheese box.
Yeah.
And so
the
the other day I was scrolling through. And Postmates, this was like a few weeks ago, and I just like really wanted pizza, and for some reason it recommended Pasquale's Pizza to me, and I was like, I'm just gonna try it for the bit. It's really not that fucking bad.
I feel like it's better or worse than Pizza Hut.
Pasquale's Pizza and wings.
Can we amend the fast food ranking to include Pasquale's?
Yeah, can we add that?
So let me clarify. It is called Pasquale's Pizza and Wings, and so to do it a proper service, I did try both its pizza and wings. The pizza is on par, I would say, with like Pizza Hut.
Okay.
The wings, I don't want to talk about the wings. No.
On a scale of 1 to B-dubs.
I don't think they were chicken. And we'll just leave it at that. They were squishy in a way that chicken isn't squishy.
Ooh, that's a good take, Ryan.
What happened to the other Chuck E. Cheese mascots, Dan?
What do you mean?
There was other animals, Dan.
Yeah,
and now they're not anywhere to be seen.
Hold on, guys. We gotta hear Ryan's take.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as bad pizza.
Let's get him in here.
Have you been to Lucifer's?
What? I like Lucifer's well enough.
What?
I like Lucifer's well enough.
Oh, I liked it while eating it. I didn't like it the 4 days it came out.
Would you say they were made of rat bag?
Here's the problem. Yeah.
I think if rat bag was a thing, if you told me just right now I had to define what rat bag meant,
bag is the wings at Pasquale's.
The closest thing I've ever experienced in life to a rat bag was the Chuck E. Cheese buffalo wings.
The opposite of a hot dog.
And I eat Buffalo Wild Wings by choice.
No,
it's a choice.
Not again. You're bringing
Shut it
down.
No.
Yeah. I will say this because I had Lucifer's Pizza the other day. My sister's orders it. And I was fine.
In Hollywood?
Yeah. And I was fine.
Did you get meat on it?
No, I don't get meat on my pizza.
Okay,
I'm Jewish.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I don't eat meat on my pizza.
It's good if you don't have the meat, but
me and Nick are fine.
Yeah.
But I don't eat the meat on pizza anyway because it's not kosher.
Yeah, well, our whole suite during ELA, like the first week there, went to Lucifer's and we all got pizza. And Liz and Nick didn't get meat on their pizza, but the rest of us did, and the rest of us were not having a good time for the next 4 days. It's very.
I'm
painful.
sorry, 4 days.
4 days.
4 days.
It was painful.
To be fair, I've gotten food poisoning from at least 4 different restaurants in Hollywood, so I don't think that
Maybe it's just something in the water up there.
I mean, Hollywood is.
Okay, objectively
Hollywood,
though,
right?
it was good pizza. It just
It's a great,
wasn't.
yeah, it's great pizza.
It just really hurt. After.
We do have Ryan in the waiting room.
Yeah, let's get him.
He's Nun Man. Yeah, don't bring in Ben. I don't want to talk to him.
Ben, you didn't get that pizza. I got that pizza. You dumb hoe.
The opposite. Lucifer is the opposite of hot dog.
Is he on? Did you hide the thing? I can't tell if he's.
No, he's not on. Yeah, I've never had food poisoning either, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. He's
Ryan here.
Sorry, everyone.
Ryan?
Is that controversial?
You know, I didn't.
I see him talking, but I don't hear him. Let me
gotten
check.
food poisoning until moving to LA.
That sucks.
Yeah, I think that was my first time getting food poisoning.
I've never had food poisoning. I don't know what it's like.
I
mean, I imagine bad.
Fiery.
Fiery.
If there's any way I can describe it.
And we'll have to rate the restaurants that gave you food poisoning on a tier list.
The top of that list, Friendlies.
Oh, I love Friendlies.
Yeah, Friendlies.
Well, I don't like Friendlies, but I like the concept of Friendlies.
Oh, wait, we got him now. We got him.
Ryan?
Yeah, no, it was on my end. Hey, guys.
Hi, Ryan.
Ryan, good to hear from you, dude. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing all right. I hope you guys are doing well,
Fuck yeah, dude. That's awesome.
Wait, Ryan, are you still here in LA? You're still at the house?
Oh, yeah, I'm still at the house.
How's it going?
It's going.
Good.
I'm alive.
Yeah, that sounds like a conversation for later.
Yeah, that's an off the stream combo.
I think that's a check-in you should have on the internet.
Yeah,
for everyone to listen in.
Just to have that recorded.
So Ryan, tell me more about this pizza take that you have. I'm interested.
So look, I just personally think that pizza, as a food itself, pizza itself cannot be bad. Like I'm not on camera, but I'm putting air quotes around bad. Like any combination of sauce, bread, and cheese is gonna be good. It's gonna be a tasty food. Subjectively, comparatively, you can say like different types of pizza is terrible. Like, example, Little Caesars pizza is shit. But
shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up!
I'm sorry.
Right now!
I'm sorry, Dan.
Wait, so
Dan, I'm sorry. I've never
pizza...
actually had Little Caesars, so
the
I don't
ingredients
have
of
any,
pizza put together and put in an oven cannot be bad.
Yeah, that is my
Little Caesars is bad. So how do you justify those two? How do you reconcile that?
Sorry,
the preparation maybe.
There. I did not hear what Morgan said.
I said, so you're saying that pizza in general, like as a concept, cannot be bad, but then you just called Little Caesars bad. What about Little Caesars is bad to you, and how do you reconcile that with? Well,
Little Caesars was one I just threw out there because I didn't have. I've never actually had Little Caesars, but what I mean is like the way that different pizza like places prepare their pizza can create a preference. Like you can prefer Domino's over Papa John's, or I prefer Nick's down the street from me than any different like chain pizza place.
Okay, so have you ever had good pizza?
Wow.
I mean, like I said, I think pizza itself is good, but
but like, what about it made it good? Like, how do you qualify whether or not a pizza is good versus whether or not it's bad?
I think I get what he's saying is that everyone has a subjective formed idea of what is good and bad pizza based on which pizzas they get. Because as a kid, I had a lot of Domino's, and now look at me as an adult.
Yeah, now look at the hell that we live in.
I think Spyrim in the chat, shout out to Spyrim, by the way, thanks for joining us. I think Spyrim brings up an interesting point here. Can pizza become bad if you put some fucked up shit on it, though? He mentioned in the chat a pizza with shrimp, ranch, and pineapple. That sounds fucking disgusting. It doesn't matter how good that dough is.
Okay,
to respond,
I'm not trying to attack Ryan for like saying that pizza can be good or bad. I'm just like, if you've had pizza you've enjoyed, do you count that as good? If you've had pizza you didn't enjoy, do you count that as bad? Like,
I think we cancel Morgan.
So
I'm not calling for canceling of anybody. But I mean, trying to I think this whole take from myself comes from I've never had pizza that I would classify as like bad in the grand scheme of food.
Because I think I've had pizza that is objectively nauseating, and I have a story to this pizza.
Please tell us this pizza story.
Liz, take the floor with your nauseating pizza story.
I was locked out of my home one day in Alston, Massachusetts, and I went down the street because I was about to go to my friend's house. I went down the street to Pizza Days. Ryan, I don't know if you've ever been to Pizza Days.
I luckily got avoided Alston. So
very good call, because I walked into this pizza place and I was like, I need just like a slice of pizza so I can go and like do things at this other place. And I go in and I'm like, I would like a slice of cheese and a slice of pepperoni. This place was famous for having $1 slices, and I was like, okay, I've had dollar
$1 anything.
I know that place. Fuck.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Oh,
I've had
everyone knows
dollar
that place.
slices in New York. I was like, a dollar slice is just like fine pizza. Like, pizza can't be bad. I walk in, she hands me the slice of cheese pizza, and then I see her go behind the counter, pick up another slice of cheese pizza, walk to the other side of the store, and get some cold pepperoni from a toppings bar, slap it on the cold pizza that was sitting on the counter the entire time I was in the store, and hand me that and was like, here's your pepperoni pizza. And I swear to God, I took one bite and I just like spit it out. I was the only human being in that pizza days. And I left immediately.
Yeah, that's a good take. 7-Eleven pizza is better than...
It is better than pizza.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, but well, just Boston pizza in general is what they said, and I agree.
I think all pizza is better than pizza.
That's not true. You need to know where to go in Boston. Boston does have some good
Boston
pizza.
has some bad pizza.
I will say this, because there was the Boston. I've the last time I threw up was 7 years ago, and it was from Boston Pizza. So.
Oh,
which one?
Where?
It was. You're gonna laugh at me. It was NYP.
Oh God!
Yeah, well, they didn't.
But they're terrible.
They didn't cook their food.
Yeah.
They did not.
They were famous for just not cooking their food.
French fries, though, at NYP, incredible.
Does pizza count as bad if it's literally inedible? Like, if your body cannot digest it, does that count as bad pizza?
Subjectively, well, that's the thing he's arguing about. The argument that
Marks,
he's making.
you are correct.
This is the problem, is that he's actually making a semantics argument about objectivity versus subjectivity and which one exists.
Oh no!
I mean, kind of hard to say.
To chime in on that, yeah, no, I do think my take is definitely very subjective. I think I've never had this experience that Liz had with this pizza that was nauseating. So I therefore have never had bad pizza. I don't think.
Yeah, arguably, what if you've only ever had good pizza? Like,
what if you've only ever had bad pizza?
Yeah.
He's only ever had good pizza.
Yeah.
Both are very possible.
That's true.
Yeah, no, my friends have only had bad pizza. I have two friends who just straight up dislike pizza.
Well, I think a good example of that is like someone that maybe grew up in like, I don't know, bumfuck nowhere, and then when you go to New York and you have your first slice of New York pizza and you're like, oh shit, pizza is actually like good.
Yes.
I think that's maybe a different conversation though.
This might change the conversation, but I've never actually had a New York slice of pizza, and I'm from Massachusetts.
They are good though. New York pizza.
Yeah, I remember the first time. Like I thought, because I'm also from Massachusetts, and I thought that I like knew pizza, and then I remember the first time I went to New York and had a slice of pizza there, I was like, whoa, this just tastes different. Like they just do it different here.
So maybe my take would change given other experiences, but from the experiences I have, I think there is no such thing as bad pizza.
I think once you have a truly like excellent like next level slice of pizza, that
doesn't even like mean like expensive pizza. Like once you have like a god tier dollar slice,
then it'll change your perspective. I think your perspective is based on only living around bad pizza, because for the majority of Massachusetts it doesn't have good pizza. There are a couple good places in Boston, like in the North End Italian district. But even those, I don't think really compare that well to New York.
I won't argue against that. But I don't know. I still think the combination of cheese, sauce, and bread is always going to be good no matter what it is.
I have a counter argument to this, though.
I'm kind of with him there. I think it's the hardest. I would go so far as to say is that pizza is the hardest food to fuck up.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Exactly. That's why I think that's...
Really?
Fuck up mac and cheese.
Yeah. Okay, I would.
I fucked up mac and cheese like a week ago.
Because my counter argument though is that every Mexican dish kind of has the same 5 components. Like some sort of tortilla bread, usually lettuce, rice, beans, cheese, meat, sour cream, salsa, but some like similar components to pretty much every Mexican dish that you can find.
Right.
And like for example, those the basics of a Mexican dish, there is so many of them that those could be bad. So is it possible that pizza only gets subjectively bad when you start adding questionable ingredients to it, but cheese, bread, and sauce is always a baseline?
No, I think it still depends on
sauce can still be bad. Sauce can be bad.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Is that sauce can be bad? Cheese can be bad.
The cheese pizza slice I got from Pizza Days is bad.
Bread, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think anything can be bad. I think that it's such a simple. I think pizza's thing is that it's such a simple dish. It's
simping.
Dan said simp.
What?
You said simp, Dan.
What?
You were like, it's such a simp, and then you cut yourself off, Dan. You said simp. No simp September.
Fuck me. I thought I said simple, but I guess, maybe No Sim September is on the brain.
Yeah.
It is such a simple dish, though. Like, think about it. Like, there's only 3 things in there, very basic things that most parts of the world have access to.
Yes.
So I think that's why pizza is, like, recognized as such an easy and, like, good, like, basic food, is because you can make it anywhere.
Yes.
You can make a passable pizza anywhere in the world. There are very few parts of the world that don't have, like, access to good dough and tomato. But, like, there are a few parts of the world that have access to, like, really perfect quality beans that you might get in, like, Mexico or something.
Yes.
Like, that's a little bit more specific.
I will say, because I have made homemade pizza too, and it's I don't make it well. But it's not the pizza's fault. It's not the problem of the dough, the cheese, and the sauce. It's that I am bad at making pizza.
Yeah, and you also don't have like a brick oven.
That's also true.
Honestly, that pizza kind of just falls within like a bell jar of categories where most of it is going to be like pretty okay. It's not going to be bad. It's not going to be great. And then like there's there are outliers that are like horrific pizza days or like a dollar slice from New York.
Yes.
Well,
you could also argue you made an argument that good pizza can go bad after it's been consumed.
Oh yeah, yes. I agree.
Shit.
We need to get rid of that camera.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Scraps, thanks for joining us.
Always appreciate having
you. Thank you so much for the 5 subs, dude. Really, really appreciate it. As always, you're way too kind. You're the best. Stay safe and have a good night. Ryan, any final thoughts from you? Anything you want to throw out there into the world?
I've got nothing else. You got all my take.
Surprise me, please.
Also, I guess to go with the Sims, I'll simp for you, Dan.
Fucking nice, guys! I got one simp tonight. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go.
We should have a baby's
dance for simp. Dance for simp. Dance for simp.
Dance for simp.
Dance for simp. Dance for simp. Dance for simp.
Oh god, he's pushing it further.
Jesus
Your
Christ.
boyfriend. Can we have a simp reveal party?
That'd be awesome.
Reveal
who's simping you on Twitch. Yeah.
Oh Jesus Christ.
That'll be next stream.
We're gonna light the bar.
The end of No Sim September. We'll have a simp reveal stream.
Well, thank you for joining us, Ryan. Appreciate the time, bro, and thank you for tuning in.
Anyone who gifted subs is a simp.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Thank you so much.
All right, I need to really. I'm sorry, I have to piss so bad.
Me too,
you guys,
but we're just gonna suffer.
Yeah, sorry, you're.
We'll let her out. We'll let you out.
Yeah. We'll see, and then Rugrats.
Yeah, we can talk about Rugrats.
No, wait, okay, no, none of us are leaving. Never mind. Anyone else have takes? We're not leaving. I don't want to talk about Rugrats again.
No, we'll talk about a different Nickelodeon
property. No, I can't let us do a Rugrats stream again. I simply cannot.
We will talk about a different
We'll talk about a different Nickelodeon property. You can pick the show if you want.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
You'll pick the show.
We have takes.
What I really want right now, what I want more than anything else, what would really just tickle my fancy, and what would really just absolutely tie the knot for me would be if the one and only Parqueso himself called into the stream and gave us his hot take, which I'm sure would have something to do with the restaurant known as Subway.
Do you want to go?
Oh, God.
He's inviting it.
Myles and I can carry this.
I honestly don't want to leave because I don't trust you to not talk about Rugrats and Parents.
We wanted to talk about iCarly.
Yeah, I have some deep thoughts on iCarly and.
You want to talk about Fairly Odd Parents?
I have some takes on that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's asking for the bathroom break.
Yeah, everyone wants us to talk.
Parks, I'm not pissing until you piss, bro. We're gonna unite our streams together. All right, Parks. Can you count to like 5 and then go like that?
I'm fine. I'm in for the bit. I'm in for the bit.
Okay.
All right, Parks and I are gonna go piss together. You guys, don't discuss Fairly Odd Parents, please.
Why not?
Okay, so
wait, but I want to discuss Fairly Odd Parents.
Liz, you want to get up?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're already shuffling.
Every day I'm shuffling.
Well, we're gonna have to let Liz back in anyway.
Yeah, so we'll just
we can just absorb.
So I'm wet.
Idiot.
My pants are wet. My pants are wet. Oh God, it's so uncomfortable. Oh, it's so uncomfortable.
Anyway, so
I know. That's why I'm angry.
Anyway, oh God, it's so.
I know. Jesus, which one do you want to talk about?
All right. So anyway. Let's discuss iCarly and the birth of internet culture and how did iCarly birth a generation of vloggers?
You know, it's funny because I remember thinking iCarly was tacky and was unrealistic. Mm-hmm. And then like the prank boom happened, and you have a show like Bizarre which sort of like was the a new attempt at iCarly, and between the two of them, like iCarly has aged very well.
Oh yeah.
I think it actually kind of does hit on what YouTube culture ended up becoming like.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think iCarly was
okay, guys. Okay, come on. Okay, let's get out. Let's get out now. Okay. Oh, I'm so wet.
Can you stop, Myles?
I'm so wet.
Oh God.
Myles.
Yeah, bro, you poured water all over yourself.
Yeah, that's on you, bud.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I'm not happy about it. YouTube culture is just iCarly, but worse.
Yes, I agree with that.
Let's get him in here. Let's get that take.
Yeah. Literally, okay, I literally have to cover internet culture for work, and every one of my takes for work is just internet bad.
Yeah,
hey,
it's true.
Yeah.
Parks, are you back? Can you get in the call now, bro?
Yeah, no, I'm with Spyrum. I thought
whoa,
iCarly
same
was
time.
random.
I completely agree with that. Like, iCarly we all saw it and thought it was completely painfully cringy, and now you look at YouTube culture and everyone's just trying to be sensational and outdo each other.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what
They kind of predicted iCarly, like, you remember that episode where they shilled for the shoes?
Yes.
That, like, to me, I was like, no web show is ever going to be that big. And now you have people who are like, this episode's sponsored by fucking Raid Shadow Legends. Yeah.
What the? Wait, what the fuck? Oh wait, Parks can enter the stream because he has All right, Parks.
Parks has the power.
I forgot for a second that people that I have labeled as friends of Coffee Breath on the Discord can just enter freely.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get you in there, bud.
Parks, the one and only Mr. Parqueso, notorious League of Legends journalist himself. How are you tonight, my friend?
I'm doing great, but I'm realizing now I'm like too small brain for this because I'm watching you and everything is delayed, and I don't know. This is going to be more hard than I expected.
For now.
So, huh? Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I'm not that small-brained, asshole.
I don't know. You just said you were small-brained and you were having trouble fucking looking at me and hearing me later. I don't know.
That's fair.
Parks, quick question for you. Do you think Gibby from iCarly, do you think he fucks?
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, wait. Now or then?
That's a good question.
Either. Can I get some of that too?
Can I get some of that too?
Or late or previously.
Now or later? Later, probably.
Maybe in the future.
I hope so. I mean, now probably not. You know, it's COVID. He's probably still single.
Doesn't he? Wasn't it like I Get a Girlfriend or whatever?
No, that was Freddie.
Oh, it was Freddie. Yeah.
That was Freddie.
No, I'm talking about Gibby, the one who drops from the ceiling.
Yeah, and takes his shirt off all the time. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Gibby and his famous punchline, Gibby.
That was good.
I mean, let's see.
There's a
At the
big joke
time,
about him having.
I don't know if it's like appropriate that we're allowed to talk about this, considering he's like what, 12 years old. And,
that's true. Yeah, he's young.
This is true.
You know,
No,
so I
come
think.
on.
Kids were having sex at that age, certainly.
Oh come on.
You know, that's good.
Because they were in high school.
That was a joke. I'm sorry. I take it back. I'm sorry.
Arguably now, I think. Okay, arguably now, if if they were all legal, you could say that if iCarly was still running, Gibby would fuck because he would be the like.
Oh, for sure. He had like a Drake and
That's
Josh.
true. Oh my god, dude,
Yeah.
Gibby would be such a clout chaser.
He would be like the one who's like always guesting on other people's like vlogs and like podcasts, but doesn't actually have his own channel.
Yeah.
We do have a couple people in the chat confirming that there is a running joke in the show where Gibby fucks. I've seen like 3 episodes.
I did not know
Not
that.
much memory.
The problem is I didn't see later episodes.
Okay, yeah, no, he fucks.
I will say
anyway,
he's obviously
Parks,
he's obviously comfortable with his body as well, which is pretty cool.
That's true. He's really confident with his body.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
I'm saying,
I feel
Freddie
like-
wouldn't take off his fucking shirt.
Yeah, come on,
Freddie
Fred.
was the ultimate simp.
Freddie was a simp.
Oh, Freddie simped for 2 different girls.
Yeah.
And we lost
For
both of them.
Sure.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Sims, Parks, what's your take?
Wait, sorry, you cut out for a sec. Speaking of what? Simps?
Yeah.
Simps.
What's your hot take?
Yes.
What's your take?
I'm not allowed to exist in September, and it's just it's tough as a
How's it
simp.
been for you not being able to exist this month?
It's been real tough. No, I just break all the rules and I just simp anyway. Mostly for
love that
Mr.
rebel
Dan.
energy in you.
No, I actually isn't simp just like a socially acceptable way of saying white knight or something?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, similar concept.
The white knights are actively defending. I think simps tend to approach.
I think there's also white knight also sometimes has like political implication as well.
Does it?
I've heard it.
Oh, really? I don't think it really. I think it's any internet like personality.
I think white knights come from like a nice guy kind of.
They're
more
nice
like
guys.
a defending stance rather than
more of like an I'm not like other guys kind of thing. Where simps are like, yeah, I'm here, I'm horny, I'm in love. Like, let's go. I will support you. You know.
I gotta be honest. I think I respect the hustle of a simp.
There's probably crossover.
I will respect a simp more than a self-professed knight, like white knight.
Oh, absolutely.
You know? Like they're a nice guy.
Do you guys want to rate?
I think there's like a Venn diagram of them, but like there's certainly overlap. But
that would be a fun tier list to make.
Yeah, rate the reply guys.
Can you rate my reply?
Can we do a power ranking of Morgan's reply guys? That'd be so great. Good.
No, they're actually all they're more or less respectful. I think.
We can still rate them.
I have a lot of them muted, but
we can still rate them.
More or less, they're respectful, kind of.
Hey, speaking of respectful, we have a distinguished guest on the stream, and I want to get
distinguished. Hey, watch out! Are you a simp?
Oh wait, sorry, Parks, you're still on. My bad.
He's simping for you.
That was actually...
no, my bad. I thought somebody else came in.
That was actually a pretty good joke. I'm a little bummed.
Thanks. Thanks. I was kind of sad that fell flat. I thought that was pretty good. Anyway.
No, it was good. I don't have a comeback, so I stopped talking.
Yeah, just don't allow dance jokes to land on this show.
By the
I
way,
fucking hate that. Like, I'm the funniest dude on the fucking bar right now.
Okay.
Actually, I'm the funniest on the bar.
Funniest dude on the bar.
Every time I say a funny joke, they just sandbag me, so I love it.
Well, it's just I happen to be the funniest.
Yeah, Myles was leaning back against the wall, so Dan was the only one touching the bar. Also I realized I'm gonna have to make this quick because I accidentally turned on the heater. And it's getting kind of nasty in my room right now.
Why didn't you wait? Sorry, Myles was full force slamming the bar. Can you
I just saw that happen. Myles, chill.
I had to be fast. I caught the fly though.
Oh well, congrats. Good job.
Thank you.
I'll send for that. Wait, I'm supposed to have a hot take. I guess Subway. I mean. Look, you guys put it in like the worst of the worst shit tier, whatever it was.
We put it in immoral tier.
Oh wait, was it just a?
No,
I thought you put it in garbage
tier, and I'll tell you why in case you didn't see. I did.
I
was
was
actually.
Yeah, wait, go ahead. What's
give us your
take first, and then I'll defend.
Okay. I mean, regardless of whatever, I don't know what you're about to say. I mean, the only thing I know about is Jared. I actually don't know what happened. I just know that the dude was weird.
Define weird.
Yeah. Anyway, okay, so a little bit worse than weird. In any case, regardless of that, the Subway sandwich situation is very cheap and provides good nutrients, and there's 1-2 blocks from my house that I can walk to in 3 minutes. So
Parks, I hate this take, and here's why. Because I want better for you, and you deserve better than having to eat 3 Subway sandwiches a day, which I know you do. You don't have to lie. I know you eat 3 Subway sandwiches a day.
All right,
and I feel for you. I wish you had other food in walking distance of your apartment.
This is a simp argument.
I would argue that there's cheaper and more nutritious food than Subways.
Yeah, have you ever gone to a grocery store?
Okay, wait.
Making a sandwich.
Wait a sec. Okay, a couple things here. First off, I think you're being a little pretentious, Dan. My car broke down. It took a while to get it fixed. I don't have, I live with 4 people. We have 1 small fridge. It's kind of tough to have groceries. The groceries can get a little expensive sometimes. You can't keep them in the fridge. I'm just saying. It's easy to get veggies when you ask for double veggies on everything, and they give you a 5-pound sandwich. It only costs $5. So
I'm sorry, 5-pound sandwich? What?
Okay, that was a slight exaggeration. I may be simping for Subway right now. # simp for Subway. Don't hashtag that. That's stupid, by the way.
Let's not get that trending, guys. Let's not get it trending. Let's get that one untrending.
But look, it makes like the perfect lunch. Let's be honest. It makes the perfect lunch / afternoon snack / I forgot to cook. And it's 9 p.m. and I'm hungry, and I'll cook later.
I'm gonna admit something right here on the stream.
Uh-huh.
I only voted for Subway to be an evil because of Jared Fogle.
Yeah.
But I genuinely don't think Subway is that bad. I just think that it is an evil corporation.
I think it's disgusting.
I think it tastes bad.
So to clarify the reasons why we put it in the evil tier list.
Yes.
There were two. The first reason is that Jared Fogle, their spokesperson, is a convicted pedophile, and the company tried to cover it up.
Yeah, for several years.
Wait, did they? I actually don't know at all.
They tried to claim that he wasn't a Subway employee.
Basically, the reason that they wouldn't fire him even after that is because he wasn't a Subway employee, and thus it basically wasn't. They basically said it's not our responsibility to fire him over these things, and it's probably because the Jared campaign was doing well.
Wait, I thought they just immediately kicked him.
No, they immediately kicked him once he was sentenced to, once he was in court.
Once he was convicted.
Yeah, once he was convicted. But they had those allegations. There were two separate allegations against him. One in 2006, I believe.
Oh, shit.
I read the Wikipedia last week.
We did our research ahead of time.
Yeah.
Just to make sure we had the facts straight when we put it on the table.
Yeah, and then I think the actual conviction was 2011, 2012. So he had made several advances at a local radio show host in 2006, and he actually asked her at one point to put a webcam in her daughter's room. So we put it in evil because Jared Fogle's...
Because because they defended him, and two, because their food makes me shit really, really, really bad.
I don't have a problem with the Subway. I'll say I don't have a problem with the Subway food. I'll be perfectly honest with you.
So they give me evil shits, and they have evil morals. So
they have an evil spokesperson.
Isn't it weird how different food makes different people poop differently? I don't know, man, because I've been eating a decent amount of Subway, and I have a terrible...
Well, you're an ardent Taco Bell defender, I know,
pretty
right?
sure... Okay, look, Taco Bell is...
What do you mean not on purpose?
I have really bad...
Taco Bell is bad, I just think it's funny.
What?
Taco Bell's great.
Taco Bell's great.
We're all on that page.
But there's the meme, right? There's the meme that Taco Bell makes everybody poop. Clearly it doesn't for the both of you.
Taco Bell is not that bad.
But coffee doesn't really do that for me either.
Yeah, me neither.
But it does. It does
say
for
that
some.
shit. Just.
So he's kind of got a good point. We talk a lot about judging things based on the quality of our poops, and every poop is different. Everyone poops different.
That's true.
#, everyone poops different. That's the movement we're starting.
That's what we gotta do.
I guess your asshole is just built different, dude.
Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna
stronger,
say.
freer.
Next it to you.
His asshole built freer.
Just have a stronger digestive tract than the rest of us.
No, I really don't. That's the thing. Is I actually have a really, really bad digestive system, but Subway is chill.
I'm gonna say that's a bad take.
What? That Subway's pretty chill?
Yeah.
I mean, okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
I feel like if you have to claim that that's a bad take, you also have to just agree that Chick-fil-A is bad because I don't know, it's evil and also the food isn't that good.
The food is very good.
No, that's bullshit. It's a
food
totally
is
different
very
situation.
No, it's not.
It's a totally different
I think
situation.
the chicken is that good, but the waffle fry is kind of bad.
Okay, the waffle fries
and
are
the chicken
good.
nuggets.
Okay.
The waffle fries are good. The Chick-fil-A chicken isn't that good, and it tastes like homophobia. So.
Well, but I like the spicy chicken. I think that's the difference.
Yeah, but there's also
Parks has something to say. Parks, get in there.
Certainly, but it's chicken.
Hey, shut the fuck up.
Complaining about Chick-fil-A.
I'm excited to
Parks,
watch this.
what do you have to say on the matter?
I will not eat at Chick-fil-A because of the company. And also, I put Chick-fil-A way the fuck above Cane's, and I don't understand how you made a Cane's tier, but, that's chill. Whatever, you do you.
Dude, have you had Cane's?
Dude, yes, I've had Cane's. I'm from Cane Land.
Caneland?
Where is Caneland? What does that even mean?
It started in Louisiana, but Texas, chicken.
No, that's not Cane's Land. If it started in Louisiana, it's not Cane's Land.
Okay, well, look, we have 8 different restaurants that are all just Cane's knockoffs, and everyone argues about which one is the best Cane's knockoff and/or is Cane's just the best. And honestly, they're all the exact same, and none of them are the best. And there's no Cane's.
I don't care about the Cane's knockoffs.
I'm only chicken is better than Cane's, But they're
That's
both bad.
such a fucking
But-
head ass
but
take.
they're
I'm
both
actually
bad.
so
the
fucking
cane
mad.
sauce is
Actually,
good.
I'm actually so
for
fucking
two
mad.
chicken
That's such a
tenders, and
head ass
that's it.
fucking take.
Damn, I gotta be
I think
honest. I think I
I-
prefer Chick-fil-A over Cane's.
Yeah,
What the
Chick-fil-A
fuck
is
is wrong
tastier
with
than
you?
Cane's,
But
but
are
it's
you fucking
also
kidding me?
way worse
Kinda
because
true.
of the whole
Arguably,
company.
both kind of suck.
Well, no.
I actually-
neither suck.
I'm about
We
to
need to
give
move on.
Neither-
No,
neither suck.
no,
give
we
Dan
need.
an
We
aneurysm
actually
right
need to
now.
move on because I'm fucking incensed by the ignorance in this
Morgan,
room
you're
right
about to get
I'm
banned from this
incensed.
home.
I think I'm winning the worst hot takes.
That's a great point. Can Morgan
I'm-
win?
My rage is burning right now.
My block
Yeah,
button
my
is
heater
biggest.
is also burning right now. I'm an idiot and I turned it on.
Parks. I can't believe you're a Subway fan, first of all, and that
Look,
I'm still friends
am
with
I
you
a Subway
regardless.
fan? Not really. Don't tell them that because I'm trying to get sponsored. Am I a Subway simp? Sure, because it's like very cheap and 2 blocks away. And
I'm clipping that tomorrow and I'm
That's
gonna tweet it
bad.
at Subway.
okay, great.
I'm gonna
I'll add
clip
it to
that
the list.
tomorrow, and I'm gonna next time you do one of your things where you tweet at Subway for no reason. I'm gonna get in the replies right under it, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey Subway, check this out. This is some relevant information that you might want to know."
Also, in response to Ben, I also don't really like Texas toast, so
That's
suck
a
it.
fucking lie.
That's a bad take. I like
I'll
Texas
eat
toast.
it.
Wait, Texas toast is
You
bullshit,
have sang its
and I'm from
praises
Texas. So.
previously.
When?
Eating it in line to get into fucking Paradise Rock Club.
Okay, I was 19. I wasn't a fully formed person until like 21.
You're still not a fully formed person.
Yeah,
Jay,
still
arguing
not,
you're a
yeah.
fully formed person is a hot take.
Yeah, that is a
Yeah,
hot take.
that's fair. You know, I'm not a fully formed person, but I don't think an opinion from being like gently tipsy in line for to see Jukebox the Ghost like in 2015 counts now, you know?
I'm with Morgan on this one, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
What the? Wait, why is Jukebox the Ghost familiar? What did they do?
They were a band.
Oh, they made that song "Wheels on the Bus." That heater.
They were like 21 Pilots adjacent.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, probably right.
They made
That's
that one
an
song. It's
incorrect
called
thing.
"Row Your
Well,
Boat."
not that they have the same energies, but like they came to like popularity.
It was
around
the same timing.
Yeah,
But you can't just call them 21
yeah, and like
Pilots
it's kind of
adjacent.
in the same circles of Tumblr. You know, like Jukebox, the
I
Ghost
don't know
Tumblr
about
overlapped a lot with 21 Pilots Tumblr. Anyway, sorry.
We're getting way off here.
I'm
Parks.
just out here angry.
Look,
at everyone.
Dan, I can see you staring at pictures of my Subway on the stream, and I can see
Yeah, I
that you're
saw a bunch of
impressed by
stuff
how many
popping up in
veggies they
Discord,
can.
and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I'll
And
be
I
honest. It
realized
looks
it's
it looks really gross from here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
look.
just
That
spam
that
it
is
in.
Look, the
You're not a
quality
good
of the
photographer,
veggies
I'll be
is-
honest with
is
you.
definitely not like the highest. However,
Okay, wait,
look at
what's-
how many fucking
wait,
veggies is
I want to
fitting
know
in
what's your Subway order?
my Subway order.
Yeah.
It's a spicy Italian with every single veggie minus like 2 of them, all of them at double, and they
Minus
actually
which
give it.
2?
Yeah, which two?
Banana peppers, because you don't need them because you already have like pickled jalapenos, which are honestly bad enough, but like I like spicy stuff. And I think there's one other one. Oh, I just like lettuce. I think I don't get lettuce, and I tell them to put on like, I literally in the instructions say, please give me as much spinach as you can.
Okay.
You
that
get
makes sense.
max spinach, no lettuce.
You know, I
You're
respect
sick
that.
of
Dark
that.
No,
greens,
I
okay. First,
respect that.
dark greens are
Yeah.
way better for you,
I mean,
Dan. Also,
lettuce
you
is
don't
good,
have
but,
a
like-
ton.
I prefer
because
I prefer
then it
spinach.
tastes better as well.
Like grilled or not grilled, but like you put it in a pan with some like oil.
You cook it.
Yeah, sauteed.
Sauteed.
Thank you. Yeah, I prefer it
No,
sauteed
I
to raw.
respect that.
I like
Spinach
it. I
over
like
lettuce.
picturing you grilling.
Listen, dude,
spinach.
I just don't eat
Lettuce
green
also
beans, so
doesn't
I can't
have-
relate.
Little leaf on the grill.
Yeah.
Lettuce isn't that great for you either. Anyway, look, does it taste amazing? No. You know,
Does it
it's all-
taste
it's
good?
all right.
No.
Does it taste good?
Does it
It's
taste
fine.
mediocre?
It is fine. And also, that's a shit ton of veggies for $5. I don't have to go buy a salad for a lot of money and not have fridge space.
But the question is, have you ever had a Subway salad? Because I have.
Oh,
No,
those are
actually.
scary. Those
They're
are
frightening.
scary. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to do that. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever walked into a Subway and stood in front of the menu and thought, I could really go for a salad. I would love to try their salad.
Okay,
here.
I will say though, and maybe this is just because like the last time I had one was when I was like 10 years old, but the Subway cookies are pretty good.
They are
I
actually
enjoy
very
them.
good.
It's actually true.
Yeah.
I will
Not
say,
bad.
like every 5 times that I get Subway, I just randomly get a free. So that's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
chill.
they're great. The dollar cookies. I don't know. Well, I don't know if they still have those. Maybe that was like a
Yeah, I know they heat them up though. That's that's the only reason
it's
they're
the
good.
warm cookie.
They heat them up.
Yeah, the snickerdoodle one's really good.
Any halfway like bearable cookie becomes a really good one if you heat it up.
Subway makes pizza?
Yeah.
That's a little weird. By the way, y'all brought up 21 Pilots. That's my other hot take, is that 21 Pilots should never have more than one song on the radio at a time. Because they, even if it's good, they're mentally exhausting, and it makes me frustrated to drive for longer than like 3 songs in a row.
We should simply ban them.
I think 21 Pilots is one of the worst musical acts of the 21st century. Mostly because they're not a musical act. They just make whatever sounds are successful on the radio.
They were only popular because we were all depressed and had no taste.
Sure.
They don't confide. They don't even follow musical genres.
Exactly. But that's kind
of the modern Fall Out Boy of like.
No, because Fall Out Boy always made pop punk music.
Yeah.
No, but I said the modern Fall Out Boy.
Yeah.
Where their new music is like unbearable and makes no sense.
I feel like 21 Pilots was the gap between old Panic at the Disco and new Panic at the Disco.
That's a great take.
That is my take. Because I feel like old Panic was like emo, and like new Panic is like, oh, pain, yikes.
For once.
Yeah.
21 Pilots stumbled so Hobo Johnson could fall down the stairs.
Yes.
I didn't hear the take.
I didn't see that one at all. Is that in the chat?
It's not showing up.
I think it cut out for a second. Parks. Parks, I appreciate your... Oh, wait, sorry. Do you have more? I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, it's just... I think your summation of them is pretty incorrect, but that's okay. Don't worry about it. You'll get there eventually. But, yeah, they're exhausting and they should be on the radio.
Summation?
I think all of us.
All of us?
Mostly Dan's, but yeah, probably all of yours. But Dan for sure took the
cool,
cake.
Subway boy. Go have your fucking foot long. Anything you want to.
I actually don't have any today, so you can be proud of me.
I'm not gonna be proud of you.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna be fucking proud of you for that.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna be proud of you when you stop eating stuff. I'm just kidding. You can do whatever you want.
At least you're eating vegetables.
Yeah,
I don't eat vegetables. You know who doesn't eat vegetables?
Okay, what's worse, eating Subway vegetables or not eating vegetables?
Not eating vegetables. Yeah, he's not gonna get scurvy.
Fuck you guys. I'm not getting scurvy. I'm too strong for that. I'm built different.
Wait, you don't eat vegetables, man?
Wait. In your food.
I sometimes eat vegetables. I eat potatoes.
Potatoes are not a vegetable.
Shut the fuck up with that shit, dude. Every time they're like, you don't eat vegetables. And I'm like, I eat potatoes. They're potatoes, not a vegetable. Motherfucker, that shit grows off the ground.
Yeah.
You ever had a potato salad?
Hey, yes. Dan, is a cucumber vegetable?
It's not vegetable.
It's not a salad.
Yeah, it's not a vegetable.
Ben wants to hear the asparagus story.
Hey, pumpkins grow on the ground. Is a pumpkin a vegetable, Dan?
Yeah, pumpkin's a vegetable.
Pumpkin's not a vegetable.
Pumpkin is a motherfucking fruit.
It's a melon.
It's a melon. It is a melon. It has nutrients in it.
Like, no, shut the fuck up. A pumpkin is a vegetable.
It's a culinary vegetable, but it's not actually a vegetable.
I bet Parks wouldn't die from eating an asparagus on a date because his body is used to getting vitamin C and other.
That's not why I died. That's not why I died.
Yeah.
Wait, you died, Dan?
Liz, tell the story.
I don't remember the whole thing.
Dan, tell the story.
Dan got violently ill from eating vegetables on a date once.
It was really funny.
I didn't get violently ill.
I would call it
this
violently
is grossly exaggerated, so now I have to tell the story to clear my name.
Everyone high fives for that.
This is fucked up. I fucking hate you guys. You guys are the worst. Parks,
the world deserves
feel free to bounce or hang. It's up to you. I don't want to hold you for some head ass shit that
I just really am. I'm gonna bounce for half a sec so I can turn off my heater because I'm beginning to sweat at nighttime.
Why do you have a heater on right now, bro?
It was an accident. I don't know how many times I have to say it, but it's real bad.
Oh, I couldn't hear over the sounds of Morgan fucking screaming at me about fake vegetables.
Oh, maybe you should. I don't know. I don't know what you should do, but I'm gonna go turn off the.
Okay. Dan, you should really eat fresh.
Well, I don't know. I guess maybe we'll end it on this because we've been going for a while. But now I have to tell this fucking story.
Well, we haven't done any hot takes from the table. Do you want to do that, or do you want to?
We'll go around and we'll all do a quick one after this.
Sure.
It's not really that much of a story. I was on a date with a girl one time, and we were at we were at a Korean place. I live in Koreatown in Los Angeles, so every restaurant here is a Korean place for the most part.
Except for the Domino's.
Except for the Domino's.
What's a Korean Domino's?
What would Korean Domino's be like? Never mind. That's a different conversation. So it was the kind of place we order a lot of small dishes.
Fried.
And
little skewers.
Yeah, like little skewers and stuff, like little soups, And I ordered a few things. I ordered some very spicy things, and so did she. And I have a pretty high tolerance for that. But she ordered this one soup that is like the absolute spiciest thing this place has. And I do have a pretty high tolerance, but like this was kind of hitting my limit. And I had a lot of it, and I was also drinking at the same time. And it was all just like a lot for my body at once. And then right after that, she was like, the waitress comes over and she's like, oh, do you guys want anything else? And the girl is like, yeah, do you want some asparagus with bacon? That sounds really good. And I was like, and I had a brief moment where I had to decide whether or not I was going to tell her that I hate asparagus.
And all vegetables.
No, I mean, not all vegetables, because I like potato, but I wasn't excited about the idea of eating asparagus, but I didn't want to sound like a fucking baby bitch on like my first date with this girl, and so I was like, yeah, sure, I'll eat it. Like I like bacon, whatever, I'll make it work. And so it comes out, and I take one bite of it, and it's much less to do with it being asparagus and much more with it to do with my stomach just being like fucked from everything I just put in it. Like drinking heavily and also eating like one of the hottest soups I've ever had in my life. And I took like 2 bites of it, and I had to I had to like run to the bathroom and just like sit there for a minute and just go.
It's a good thing I cut out the most visual part of the stream.
Good call.
I had to just sit there and be like.
Wait, I was so excited to watch that, and then it went black.
I didn't puke or anything. I didn't get violently ill like they said, but
emotionally,
I really had to come to terms with my my life and my decisions at that moment, and
your weakness.
It hurt in a different way.
The Chad asked for a redo of one of the camera.
Oh. Like that,
Wait,
like sitting
thanks
on
for
the
the
toilet
story,
just
Dan.
doing that for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Thanks for the
This
story,
place
Dan.
also
I think I'm
didn't
gonna
really
go
give
with
you
what Liz
water
said, but
unless
that's
you had
cool.
to like beg for water. Like they would, if you asked for drinks, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah," and they'd give them to you. But you'd have to ask like 8 times to get water. That's just like kind of the charm of this place. And when they give you water, sometimes it would be like the bean water and not actual water.
Yeah.
They didn't. They would give. They do. This is a tangent now,
tea.
but this is just because it's a funny.
It's like cold barley tea. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like.
But it doesn't really soothe the spice.
Right, like it doesn't soothe the spice.
Yeah.
But just a real quick last thing I'll say in regards to this.
Finally.
This one place that this one restaurant that we hang out at a lot. They do this bit that I call the white people check, which is where when you're sitting down, if you ask for water, and there's more white people in your group than not, they'll bring you like large plastic Coca-Cola cups full of like tap water. But if it's the other way around, they'll bring you the barley tea.
I've never gotten water there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One time.
Exactly. If I go there,
yeah. I've never been given water. I've only been
no flame to
shot.
them. I mean, hey, if I was in their shoes, I'd do the same thing. But most times when I'm there, I get handed a plastic glass of tap water.
I very specifically asked in Korean for water before I was given boricha. I thought they were just digging me for my bad Korean.
No, they will ignore you and give you.
Yeah.
They simply will give you what they determine you are deserving of.
That's pretty.
Anyway,
I miss it.
Let's get it before we head out because it has been a long stream. Let's get a quick hot take from everyone in the room. Let's start with Rebecca, and we'll work our way down. Rebecca, what's your hot take?
Cloudy with a chance of meatballs is just Italian Sharknado.
It's not Italian.
In case that didn't pick up on the mic, she said cloudy with a chance of meatballs is just Italian Sharknado, and I can't argue with that.
I would argue with Italian, but otherwise you're right. It's food, but not sharks.
I mean meatballs.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Well, it's not an Italian production, but it has Italian food.
Yeah.
It has an Italian spirit.
It has a great Italian energy behind it.
Yeah.
I remember the whole movie being very loud. So
When I saw the film, I had to take a siesta afterwards.
Myles, that's Spanish.
Well, don't they also take siestas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Spaghetti tornado.
We do both.
It's Italian in spirit.
Yeah, that's true.
I agree.
Yeah, no, but I thought siestas were also in Italian.
They are,
yeah. And they're both romance languages.
It's not
absurd.
Do they use the same word?
Yeah.
Siesta also? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They're both romance languages. It's not absurd to think.
It's the big nap you take before you drink until 4:30 in the morning every night.
Yeah. I love Italy. I can see why an entire
amazing,
part
yeah.
of JoJo takes place in Italy, because Italy fucks.
Yeah, Italy does
There's
fuck.
the-
Speaking of Italy, Liz, it's your turn.
Yeah, Liz, what's your take?
I don't have any takes. Oh, I forgot to prepare a take.
Okay, well, we're all gonna sit here in dead silence until Liz comes up with one. No one say a word.
No. I can't work under pressure.
You have 5 seconds, by the way.
Oh, God.
You failed.
I did. I panicked.
Now you have to give 2 hot takes.
Oh, God.
You have 5
So
seconds,
I
by the way.
fucking die.
No pressure.
Can we get a close-up on Liz while she suffers?
My hot take is that this whole stream is just bullying.
Yes.
It's just bullying me.
It's not a hot take when it's true.
Yeah.
Also, it's bullying Dan.
Also, yeah, I get
That's
bullied
true.
way more
It's
than
true.
this.
Yeah.
This is a bullying Dan show. Like,
That's
fuck
true.
off
Kind
with
of
that.
is.
This is a bullying.
I love that
It's
shit,
bullying
Liz.
Dan, and Myles and Morgan have discussions about
Nickelodeon
shows.
properties.
Is that your take? 'Cause it's-
I have no takes.
Okay, well, I'm just
I'm
gonna keep
empty.
sitting here in silence until you get a better
No,
one.
please don't.
Zoom in more.
Ryan, thank you for your support.
Ryan, that's a great
Can I
take.
die now? Ah. Yeah, that's a good hot take. I should be allowed to not have a take.
Yeah.
That's
Alright,
a take.
let's
You
take-
can use
yeah,
that one.
Sick. I should be
Take,
allowed
yeah.
to not have a take.
I disagree.
Yeah, bad take. I
Exactly.
disagree.
Yeah.
Shit
It's
take.
hot.
Oh fuck, she's moving. She's grooving.
No.
Rebecca's on the move. We've got him.
Take Liz.
Rebecca, stop bullying.
Give us the take. Give
That was
us
my
the take.
take.
We'll back it up.
Yeah, why?
Argue.
Because I don't wanna. Head empty.
All right,
Argue.
fuck.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck Liz. Fuck Liz.
Yeah, my hot take is that Tom Nook is capitalist garbage.
I disagree with that
And
entirely.
that he should be.
Let's get in on this.
eaten.
Okay,
That's
wait.
fake.
Should
Yeah, I
argue-
think he's
hold
smoking
on.
hot.
I've got a rebuttal for that.
Yeah, I would love to hear this, because
Yeah.
I'm pro Tom Nook.
I mean, yes, he is capitalist garbage, but isn't Tom Nook and kind of like the whole Nook Inc. Just an idealized version of capitalism? That's technically impossible, but he is money seeking, and yes, he does have a monopoly, but he also makes property ownership like an attainable dream.
Not only that, he
Fair.
also does a lot of charitable actions.
Exactly.
He donates a significant amount of
Yeah.
his money to charity, and when he decides to retire,
oh my god, yes.
yeah, and when he decides to retire, he creates an entire island ecosystem that doesn't require, like, he literally gives you stuff
Yeah.
for an alternative currency.
Yeah.
And you can do most of the stuff by
What if we
just
just
doing the
had
manual
no
labor.
currency?
for it.
It's a self-sustained like bubble. It is what capitalism should be, but it's also functioning without most of the checks that allow capitalism to just explode and
But what
run
if
rampant.
Because
There
it's a
was
video
just
game.
no currency, and everyone just.
Then the
died.
game would kind of suck.
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
it would just be a bad game.
It would suck.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that would be
Our
a more
little,
ideal
our little
society.
capitalist robot
But it's
brains
still a
do
game.
that. Yeah.
It's still a video
It
game.
doesn't have to be.
Well, no one. There would never be any other form of Animal Crossing like property other than a game.
Can we move on from me, please?
Tom Nook, can you please speak for yourself?
Rebecca, please.
Can you please speak for that? I was gonna bring it to that.
Yes, exactly. Okay, you can literally sell anything for money. Like Tom.
What do you have to say, Mr. Nook?
Okay, sorry.
Sorry,
One more
that
thing,
was-
'cause I have a lot of opinions on this, but anyway.
I don't feel very strongly about this, though.
Councilman Morgan.
That was my best Tom Nook impression.
Good Nook.
Okay, last thing about this, but like, you can literally sell fucking seashells to Tom Nook, and he'll be like, "Yeah, I'll give you money for that." Like, everything has value, and everything is monetizable, and like that.
You can sell bugs for
I
a
mean,
shit
you
ton
could
of
say
money.
the same
Bugs?
about Depop.
Like,
Depop is just the Nook store.
Arguably, yes, but are you guaranteed to like make a profit from Depop? Versus like,
you label it the right thing, you're gonna make a profit.
Like nothing you put into picking up a goddamn seashell. You can sell fruit and sell that for money. Like, it's great.
You ever walk down the street in Los Angeles, you can sell some fruit for money.
Violating. I hate this.
Unfortunately, Tom Nook, though, does not know how to keep his hands to himself.
No, chill, bro.
I think we do have to cancel him, though.
We do have to cancel Mr.
I don't like the way he treats Isabel.
That is a good point.
Yeah, she's working day and night.
Yeah.
So is he. They're in there together all the time.
Whoa.
So he shouldn't expect that from her. He shouldn't expect that from his
I have
employees.
to change my hot take now, I guess.
What's your hot take?
Oh, yeah, now it's Myles' turn.
Yeah, well, my initial hot take was that I think Xenoblade Chronicles X is significantly better than Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's a good take.
Yeah, it's true. I've been playing through Xenoblade Chronicles and I'm so bored. Versus Xenoblade X, which is bonkers and awesome. But now I have to change it to I think Animal Crossing's fucking garbage. I think Animal Crossing fucking sucks.
Bad take.
Animal Crossing fucking sucks.
I have played a lot of Animal Crossing during Core, and I agree with Myles.
Yeah, it's a fucking bad game.
It's a bad game.
Animal Crossing New Horizons, first of all, is content starved. First of all. Second of all, I think that the problems with Animal Crossing...
It's not meant to be played the way that we've been playing.
Yeah,
like,
that's the problem, too, is that Animal Crossing is a game that...
It's a game to be played slowly.
It's a game to be played slowly.
But we're all impatient.
Yeah, but people don't do that. And then the problem with it, first of all, is just the fact that, like, the player base doesn't seem to understand how to pace themselves. And second of all, they don't seem to understand that
doesn't make it a bad game.
No, but they don't know what to do for players who don't pace themselves. And I think that there should be a way for people to play the game in multiple different ways.
It's a game designed for children, not for people.
Well, that's why it doesn't punish you for time skipping. It allows you to time skip if you want to play the game that way.
But just because it's a fucking game for kids doesn't mean that it has to be bad. I mean, Mario Odyssey is a deep game. I don't like Mario Odyssey much, but that's still a very deep game.
Just because it's simple doesn't mean that it's bad.
Oh, I don't think the problem is that it's simple. I think that the problem is that the simplicity of it is that there is not enough content that is of interest.
You haven't even played the game.
I've played all 4 Animal Crossing games prior to New Horizons.
But you haven't played New Horizons.
Yeah, and I'm sure it sucks.
It's actually lovely.
Yeah, they're all lovely, but they're all boring after like an hour.
That's subjective.
Yeah.
I don't get bored of Animal Crossing after an hour. I make my own fun in that game, and that's the point of it. So I think you're wrong there.
I went diving for like 2 hours last night. It was great.
I think my issues with Animal Crossing are very valid. And I think that the problems with Animal Crossing are both the player base and the fact that Nintendo doesn't actually know what to do with this game and how to make interesting content for this game.
I think that those are 2 subjective issues that you have.
Yeah.
I think that you feel that Nintendo doesn't know what they're doing with the game, but it's their best-selling game of the past decade, so...
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, The Avengers makes a fuck ton of money, and that's a movie for brainlets, so...
Yeah. I'm just saying, they clearly know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a fair...
I think the problem, though, is that the current fandom doesn't think they're doing enough. And it's starting to show.
Yeah, but I also don't think you can judge a game by its fandom.
No, but you can certainly judge a game by how the reaction to it is amongst people who have been playing for a long time and who mostly know what they want and mostly know what they got before.
I don't know. I disagree with that because I've played every Animal Crossing game obsessively since the first one, and I like this one a lot. And I don't feel like it has an issue with amount of content or
I mean, they're still releasing content.
I will say this. It does go back to a Xenoblade Chronicles thing, too. Where, with Xenoblade Chronicles, if you want a story for Xenoblade Chronicles is the only satisfying game. But if you want a game with a combat system that isn't mostly downtime and relying on your AI to do the right thing, play Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's like 200 hours of Kino. There's no good story. The story's garbage, but you'll have fun.
Well, yeah, it's just different strokes. Like, there are things that some people like about the older Animal Crossing game. Like, some people will only play the first Animal Crossing game because they hate the globe movement system and they prefer the acre system where you slide between screens.
Yes,
I'll be honest, I do like the acre system more.
Animal Crossing is escapism.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, it's not meant to be played like it's not. You can't win at Animal Crossing. It's like you play like an hour a day. You like plant your trees, you harvest your fruit, and it's like a slow little game. Like it's not
every game is escapism. I think, I think that the issue is that there are lots of games like Animal Crossing that are also more content rich for other kinds of people.
Yeah, but like
I feel like we're going to discuss Animal Crossing for 2 more hours.
Stardew Valley, play Harvest Moon.
Yeah, no, there are other games for that, but like the whole point of Animal Crossing is like the personalization, and
you can personalize Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon.
Not nearly.
Yeah, not as much.
You couldn't do, but you couldn't personalize these games until New Leaf.
It did lack content at first, but it wasn't supposed to. Like, it lacked content for the amount of time people were playing for it. Like you're not supposed to play through. It's like they said, like you can't play for 300 hours. Like you play. It's the perfect amount of content being released if you play an hour a week. It's not
play an hour a week.
It's not a game designed for gamers. It's a game designed for people who enjoy games, and there is a difference.
I mean, sure, there's a difference, but at the end of the day, I think that the problem is that Nintendo has done a great job with people who play games and people who enjoy games and people who are gamers.
Binge versus stretch.
Yeah, I think Ryan is actually right on the money there.
Yeah.
Binge versus stretch, with Stardew being a binge game and Animal Crossing being a stretch game. That's why I don't compare the two.
I think my issue though is that I don't think that you should have to choose between binge or stretch in a game. That's my opinion.
I think that's a fair opinion, but I do think that the whole concept of Animal Crossing is designed around stretch. And so if you don't like the concept of playing a game that way, then you won't enjoy Animal Crossing. Like, it doesn't surprise me that you don't like Animal Crossing.
And I will say this much as well, is that I do think that multiple kinds of games should exist. If people like we talked about Dark Souls earlier, I believe that Dark Souls should be as difficult as it wants to be. I believe that there should be games that look, I don't love Majora's Mask, but I think the fact that Majora's Mask has this 3-day time system that's completely different from Ocarina of Time justifies its existence, and it's interesting. And for people who love that and want more of it, there should be more games like Majora's Mask. I think that I just don't like the way that Animal Crossing handles itself. And I think it's fine that it exists, and it is fine that it's made that way. I just think that way sucks.
Anyway, that brings me to my take, which is that there is a difference between gamers and people who play games.
This is a take you came up with earlier.
Yeah, I know.
I was about to say, good on you. Good on you.
Thank you. Yeah, I was gonna come up with another take about ABG culture, but that'd be like a whole history lesson that I have to go into, and like, dude, that spans all the way back to like the 1990s riots in Koreatown, and like that is a whole bunch of history. Like we don't have time. We don't have time for that.
We don't have time.
That's the whole thing. That's another episode when another Dan takes a bathroom break.
Yeah, when Dan has to take a fat dump.
Yeah.
That'll be a really long dump.
But anyway, we'll just have some asparagus.
Shut the fuck up. What's your take?
Well, my take is that there is a difference between gamers and people who play games, which is why when you're like, oh, you're a gamer, it's like, not really. No, like, I'm not particularly engaged in what's going on in the gaming industry. Like, it doesn't matter to me, like, whether or not a game is like a binge or a stretch. Like, it is I wouldn't even consider it a hobby. It's like a way to spend time when I play games, like the 3 games I do play.
What games do you play? I know Animal Crossing's one. I don't know the other two.
Animal Crossing is one. What games do I play? I play The Sims, and I play what's that Zelda game?
Breath of the Wild?
Yes. I play that one.
Breath of the Wild, first of all, is my favorite game of all time.
Oh, it's a lovely game. Yeah. I'm enjoying it.
I think that game's incredible.
Yeah. I think it's fun. But I don't know. I don't call myself a gamer because I'm not trying to play the latest games or win anything. It's just I've got some extra time. Let me enjoy that. It's not like a major part of my life in the way that gaming is for a lot of people who identify as gamers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a different conversation though, because anyone who identifies as a gamer is probably
cringe.
Yeah, they're probably just mega cringe in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Like you. On paper, you, I guess, could define me as a gamer, but would I ever walk up to someone and say, hello, I'm a gamer?
Right.
No, I would never
absolutely fucking not. I avoid using that word at all
I say I'm a player, or I play games.
Yeah.
Games, I just tell people I play games, or if it's a professional situation and I'm applying for a job, I'm I'm an expert on video games because I work in the games industry. So I think
I also just associate the term gamer with a lot of gatekeeping.
Everyone does at this point. Yeah.
It's exhausting. I enjoy playing video games every now and then, but it's not a major part of my life that I spend engaging with in a way that a lot of people who are very heavily involved in the culture do. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's that there's too much connotation associated with the word.
Yeah, you can't say you're a gamer anymore without it raising several questions.
Several eyebrows.
Do you hate women?
Yeah. Yeah.
The term is also got weird stigma.
He's still here.
Oh, hey. I actually have been here, and I didn't realize when my mic was muted, so I was like, yeah, I like that, or like throwing in little tidbits, and I was muted the entire time. So anyway, I was complimenting you all on your great points, and then also criticizing some of them, but ignore that. Anyway.
I'm sure you only complimented my points.
You didn't make any points.
Yeah, your points are actually a little sus, but that's
No one wants to.
I pointed to him.
I don't even remember what I was going to talk about anymore because I was muted and then I forgot.
Poggers.
Oh wait, the term gamer. I also think that's there's like a stigma around it as well. Like obviously, it's partially because people are idiots and like the gamer thing, like as far as like, oh, do you hate women? Like that's very much makes sense. But also like people stigmatize people who play games, at least in certain parts of the country, because like I grew up in like rural Texas or whatever, and games were really bad, but then watching TV was like praised.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that's like always been weird for me.
The games cause violence argument. That's another one.
There's that. So it's like I would never say I'm a gamer because like from where I grew up, they would be like, oh, like you do nothing but waste your time.
Yeah.
But then like here it would be like, oh, yeah, like probably are a terrible person.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. You know, there's a lot of different factors there, like culturally and like I guess like financially as well too.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different factors there, but I think it comes down to the fact that like there has become a weird like cultural association with just the word gamer, not people who play video games, because video games are the most popular form of entertainment.
Yeah.
Like they just are. And
like if you count phone games, that is objectively true.
Yeah.
If you don't count phone games, it's still pretty true.
Yeah, it's still like the most. I mean, Animal Crossing is the biggest selling piece of media this year.
Smash Bros. Well, to be fair, I think that's an outlier kind of thing.
Yeah, but like
quarantine too.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It all goes to prove that like if the word gamer didn't have such a weird connotation around it,
most people would be calling themselves gamers.
Most people on the planet would fucking call themselves a gamer if there wasn't like the weird.
I feel like the
cultural
label gamer has, it's a kind of a double-edged sword from like both sides, where it's like, oh, you're lazy, you're like, you hide in your room and you're antisocial, and then it's also like, you're also a misogynist and a gatekeeper and you hate women.
My parents are like, oh, my son who's a gamer. I'm like, don't say that. They're gonna think I'm lazy.
Oh no.
It is a weird thing where like I feel like some boomers don't appreciate like gamers, right? Mm-hmm. Other boomers do because they don't recognize that like other connotation. So you'll have people who've been like, I'm an old school gamer. I've been playing games for like 40 years, and I'm like, oh, you hated women for 40 years, huh? Like just in the back of my mind, because let me just say up front, I think outside of Dan, and I would honestly make a case between me and Dan, I think I love games the most out of everyone in this room. Daniel.
I mean,
whoa.
I'm not gonna fight you on that. I feel like it's a weird stance.
It's a stance that I agree with.
That's a hot take.
But you maybe spend more time than me playing video games.
I would also say
paper.
I would also say I spend more time thinking about like games as a craft and things like that.
I think a better way to put it would be that I split my interest across other
You split your interest much
more.
better than mine.
Yes. I think we'll put it that way.
One interest.
Yeah, my interest is primarily my interest is primarily games. But even I recognize like ultimately like the games industry as an industry has a ton of problems. The fandom has a significant amount of problems, you know.
So it's down to the fandom.
Yeah, well the people who play games and identify as gamers, significant amount of problems. So I always say when someone's like I'm a gamer, I'm like, oh yeah. All right, I know the joke in the back of my head.
I feel like whenever someone describes their hobbies as video games on like a dating app, it's just like red flags.
Yeah, you're always worried about that.
Right.
Yeah.
I never mentioned video games except for my job title on my dating profiles.
Games are such an important aspect to me that even I wouldn't mention that in a dating thing. I would probably bring it up on a date after they realize that I'm like a decent human being. After I pulled the chair out for them and promised them I would pay the check.
Yeah, exactly.
And was nice to the waiter. I'd be like,
you wouldn't murder them.
And ask them lots of questions first. Yeah. I would say I'm a gamer
assure
3/4 of the way through the date.
Of their safety.
Yes, and assure them that they would get home safe and on time. Then I would admit that I play video games.
I feel like this is a rabbit hole we could go down forever.
Oh yeah,
it's a fun rabbit hole though.
Wow, isn't it so sad how much we have to do before we can really express our true selves? Wow,
gamers are kind of an oppressed minority.
We're so oppressed. It's just such a sad existence.
Yeah, I think you know what? Fuck all these hashtags we've been starting tonight.
There's only
one hashtag that matters. I'm not gonna say that, but I am gonna say that gamers deserve rights.
Incorrect.
Jesus.
Anyway, that boils down to my final take, or kind of like a
Wait,
tangent of that
you
take.
Morgan, we just
one
fucking
Morgan, we just had a fucking 30-minute conversation. We're in a 2-hour-long show.
I'd like to hear Morgan's final take.
That's not a take. That's like
we've heard it from you before. I'm moving on. Final take from me. I had a take that was related to video games, but I feel like we've been kind of hung up on it for a while, and it's one that's going to really set Myles on a fucking stir.
No, please do. Dan, please.
I just don't want to... I don't even think I want to go down this rabbit hole.
No, we don't have to go down it on stream, but I want to hear it.
All right. My take is that...
Come on.
Total silence.
Come on.
Kingdom Hearts is a bad series of video games, and it was never good. It was only interesting when it first came out and connected with the times culturally. And ever since then, it's just been riding on nostalgia, and there's never actually been a good game in the series.
I don't have a problem with that take. I think it's pretty fair.
Every time we talked about this, you get fucking butt mad because you love Kingdom Hearts 1.
I love Kingdom Hearts 1, but I think the distinction of it's interesting is definitely correct. Because I don't think it's a great game. I think it is a smart gameplay system. I think the balance between like physical combat and magic is smart, but I wouldn't call it good. I think the kinesthesia of it sucks. I think the enemy design is awful. The fact that every enemy attacks frame 1 is one of the stupidest decisions that I've ever seen. Like, I can agree with that. I don't think it's, like, a good game, but I think it is interesting and has merit. And I think that the later games are either overrated. I think 2 has a great combat system, but the rest of the game is just a flat line of boring worlds and boring levels. And I like 3. I'll admit I like 3, but I think that 3 has a shit ton of problems. So, no, I don't have a problem with that.
I think Ryan brings up an interesting point where he says I'm just too into it. That's the thing. Is like everyone who I talk to who really defends Kingdom Hearts is like, "Oh, well, I've just been into it for so long," or like, "Oh, I'm just so committed to it." Like, yeah, that's the only reason people fucking bought Kingdom Hearts 3. It's a shit game.
I will admit, I after the DLC of Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm like back on board with what the fuck's going on in this franchise.
I mean, I'm curious just because it's so fucking crazy.
It's insane.
But it's not a good game.
I think that Kingdom Hearts 3, there's some arguments that could be made that the DLC bosses are very good, but
I haven't played it that extensively, so I can't say, but I think that the only thing that interests me about Kingdom Hearts is that I find the director, Tetsuya Nomura, an interesting human being because he's such a fucking crackhead maniac. And so I think it's entertaining to watch what his brain comes up with, but I don't think that they're good games.
You haven't finished Final Fantasy VII, have you?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
We need to talk about the ending of that.
Yeah. I think that that's kind of what carries it, and the original novelty of like the Final Fantasy
Disney
boys
crossover
are next to the Disney characters.
Oh, it's gone. It's completely gone now.
Yeah, like that's not there anymore. If that came out today, if Kingdom Hearts didn't exist 20 years ago and the first one came out today, like I don't think it would.
I think
be successful.
I think it would
Final
be.
Fantasy doesn't have the cultural hold that it did back then.
I think it would actually go through the same news cycle because it was mocked horribly when it came out. Mm-hmm. The difference is I don't think people would like it today because now they don't even like 3. They think that 3 is like a shitty game. And you like really have to understand the gameplay of Kingdom Hearts to even think that 3 is good. Because otherwise, like if 3 is your first game, you're gonna be like, what the fuck? This is trash. This is shit. And it plays so much like its own thing even today that it's so you can't modernize it. It just is itself. And that's really like, that's a big detriment to it.
Yeah, the whole series is really just like rooted in the past, which is why I don't think it's very good. But I think we're going to end it there because we've been going for way too long. Thank you to everyone who's stuck around. Ryan in the chat, Spyrim in the chat. Appreciate you guys. Whoever else is still out there, thanks for hanging with us. This has been another episode of the Coffee Breath Show that went way too long. We did that 2 weeks in a row now.
Hey, we started on time.
We did start on time.
That doesn't help the light here.
Yeah, it doesn't. We're going to have to put some kind of timer on... doesn't someone win something? We did a bad job of ranking. I
think Morgan wins for fucking Kane's take.
Yeah, Morgan wins, and the prize is that she's not allowed on the show next week. That's because she had the worst takes of the night.
Like 8 of them.
Yeah, but I got everyone angry, so don't I win? Yeah.
Does Ratbag win?
Yeah, maybe Ratbag wins.
That
one caused the most chaos.
Just so confusing.
Well, anyway,
I get it though.
Thank you everyone for joining us for another episode of the Coffee Breath Show. We are live on this channel every Friday night for the Coffee Breath Show, and I'm usually streaming on Tuesday nights as well, just playing games.
That's a lie.
Parks, anything you want to plug before you go, real quick?
I would, but we're announcing it in like 2 days. So
okay. Poggers, follow at what's your Twitter, Parqueso?
It's Parquet. You just add media to the end of my name.
Yeah, follow him on there. He apparently has something to share with the world in 2 days. Hope it's sick.
Thanks, Dan.
But yeah, we will see you guys next Friday night. If you haven't yet, go ahead and join the Discord. Nightbot just posted the link in the chat, and also sub to us on YouTube if you're watching us on YouTube. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and like if you haven't yet. We upload the videos or the edited VODs from this show the following morning or afternoon. Usually it's afternoon by the time I get it edited. That gets uploaded to YouTube. The YouTube link is in the chat. Spyrim, thank you for plugging the YouTube and my Twitter as well. Go ahead and follow me on there to keep updated with the streams. But that's going to do it for us, guys. Thanks for hanging out for another episode of the Coffee Breath Show. And we'll see you on... I'll see you probably Tuesday for a stream, hopefully. And then next Friday night for another episode of the Coffee Breath Show. We'll be up to some other stupid shit. Who knows what? Don't know what yet, but...
we're going to ritually sacrifice Dan.
Yeah, we like to figure it out like 10 minutes in advance. Parks, thanks for hanging out. You're the best. Appreciate you as always. And thanks to everyone else who joined us in the chat. And we will, Pretty Lawful, thanks for joining us, man. And we will catch you guys next time. Good night, everyone. Bye!